And we are here. Welcome to D4, where I, Dustin.
And I, Devin, co-DM a 5th edition game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Last week on D4, we told spooky stories. But do you know what also is spooky? Black Dice Society and Die Hard Dice. So go check out their Black Dice Society character dice bundles to support our friends over on that show. Each bundle features 3 dice sets representing the character plus other fun add-ons, including art from Adam Shumpert. And to support us, make sure to use discount code D4APR at checkout at Die Hard Dice to get 10% off your purchase.
Let's hear from our sponsors.
Once again, our friends at D&D Beyond are giving away another player bundle. Put in hashtag Beyond into the chat right now to enter in to get this amazing player bundle from D&D Beyond. The player bundle includes Player's Handbook, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Tasha's Cauldron of everything you need to be a good player. We are on number 8 now of 10 giveaways, I believe. And so I will continue making subclasses until this is done. And we have a very important subclass today. The monkey subclass. All class can become monkey subclass. All class can become monkey. Become monkey. Sorcerer monkey. Wizard monkey. All may become monkey. At level 3, get fruit. Eat fruit. Fruit is good. Good life. Level 10, climb tree good. Get advantage on climb good. Feel good when climbing. Make nest in tree. Buy property. Get wife. Get husband. Get new monkey car. Level 13, use tool, cut branch, drive car, start business, monkey business, file taxes, get audit, monkey audit, foreclosure, wife divorce monkey, life bad, regret. Level 17, reject modernity, return to monkey. Done. So type in hashtag Beyond into the chat for your chance to win a player's bundle from D&D Beyond.
I'm not okay.
What a tragic tale.
I'm heartbroken over this ad read. I need like a whole 3-part series of just this monkey.
Oh my god.
I feel too close to this monkey.
Okay, so in light of monkey, actually it has nothing at all to do with monkey, but it's still something really cool. Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse has announced their next box. It is going to be the silver edition box of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. You can log on to their website tomorrow and they will be going on sale for pre-order. They're going to have unknown things within them, if I may read from their website. Well, not unknowable forever. There will be more whispers of maps, artifacts, bonus encounters, and other strange things from the bowels of the Pandemonium Warehouse. Speaking of the bowels of the Pandemonium Warehouse, let me tell you about the coolest item on the Beetle and Grimm website. You know what you need? You need a shark medallion. The shark medallion is available on the Beetle and Grimm website, and it's only $20. For $20, you can be a member of the coolest club in all of tabletop role-playing games. Shark medallion, $20, beetleandgrimms.com. Get it today.
Oh my god. I love how you lost the medallion. I love the improvisation.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My favorite part about that was that you were smart enough to lower your chair so that the hat would be in frame. I didn't know what was going on, but all of a sudden you're just like, chunk, hat.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, Eldritch Foundry makes the highest quality miniatures for your table. Are you looking to represent your character in awesome form? If you're looking to
And they're so cool, they gave us a figure to give to you tonight. Hashtag Eldritch in the chat if you want a chance to win your own miniature tonight, where you can make any way you'd like. You can make your own monkey. If you can. You put D4D&D in their website to get 15% off your own miniature and make anything you'd like. I'm so sorry. Hashtag Eldritch in the chat. Eldritch Foundry for the highest quality miniatures for your table.
Am I a monkey? Or am I a shark hat? If I'm a shark hat, I must be sitting on a monkey. I don't know. It's the best I got. I was like, how do I wrap this together? And somehow I was like, song brings all together. You want to know what also brings us all together? RockPunch ATL. That brought us all right here today. And you can grab your favorite monkey or shark hat, or just shark, actually, if you know one. I know they're kind of shy, but like I hear that once you get to know them, they're pretty nice. You could watch some pretty sick YouTube videos and streams from RockPunch ATL. You know, check out some cool live streams. I've got one. It's called Corn the Macabre. We talk about creepy, spooky stuff. Sometimes we have a whole episode literally about sharks. So put on your shark hat, grab your shark friend, watch our shark episode. We've changed our stream day from Thursday to now Tuesday. We are now Tuesday at 7 p.m. Look at how reasonably houred we are now. Isn't that great? It's so nice. And also, of course, follow on social media. And, RockPunch ATL. There's Twitter and then, Twitch, like I mentioned, as well as YouTube and the Facebook and that Instagram. Oh my God, Graham is short for like postscript Insta. Oh my God. Okay. I just made like a huge connection with that title. Anyways, hope you have a good day. And if you're a monkey wizard, I wish you the best. And I hope you're okay.
And if you feel like supporting us in other ways, always feel free to check out our merch store at d4dnd.com, where our lovely merch moms and everyone who help them work tirelessly to fill every order that your heart could desire. That's d4dnd.com. Short ad because, wow, this has been wild.
Oh, hi. I was asked to talk a little bit about this game that I've now been in for a while. I'm not a monkey or a shark. I'm really sorry. I know that's kind of like the hot topic to talk about right now, but I'm neither. But I came with a chess code. Look, I've been told if I point this way, there's a chess code for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can pick it up right here. You've got one more day to unlock me or Kara in the game. Yeah, I'm not a shark or a monkey. I'm really sorry. But both sharks and monkeys are pretty nice. Yeah. I can ask about them as familiars. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, go play Idle Champions. Go unlock me. Bye.
I need a monkey familiar for Akira. I'm just saying.
Let me just make a note. Hold on.
Wait, can we make a monkey shark?
A monkey shark!
Before we all get turned into shark monkeys by the Temple of Gond, let us immerse ourselves
into the Chronicles of D4.
What kind of monkey would you like?
Dude.
It's fine.
It's not.
So, last time on Delightful Departure and Dreadful Descriptions, the BFGs awoke early before sunrise to prepare and join up with the caravan for their voyage outside of Waterdeep. Before leaving, Harold is rudely awakened by an undead frog, and Pixel tricks them all into letting her win the roguish game she's been playing with Voss and Vinley. On the way to the caravan court, they pick up a newspaper that shows them the negative effects the attacks on the harbor will have on the economy, as well as a few other articles they seem to be involved in, one including a monkey.
When they meet up with the caravan in the southern ward, they are introduced to the others joining them along the way. Some are friendly, others are anxiously neurotic. One won't shut up about Aurora's Realm Shop and its catalog of contents. One specifically seems to have it out for Seisha. When confronted, the woman with the Athcatlin lip tattoo snaps back with a story of being oppressed by the Order of Knights that carried that specific shield, and how she had to fight her way out to earn her freedom.
The day went by uneventfully, with patrols being made by Seisha and Orkira, who eventually spot one of the rest stops with a small grove of apple trees. As the night takes hold, they help set up camp and go hunting with a member of the Emerald Enclave. Over the halfling stew and apple fritters, they all take turns telling ghost stories, while Vinley increases the tension by taking on the forms of all the creatures described within the dreadful tales. Before everyone makes their way to bed, they have Orkira ask more questions to the Phoenix about who is alive, and if they will be heading in the direction of Harold's vision of an inn that holds more fear over his heart than the ghosts in the stories he just told.
Seisha then helps Vinley understand the nature of her home island as she asks the stone how the woman known as Nessaqua became a Baelnor. Suddenly, Vinley's alarm spell go off one after another, constantly triggered by the small grassland creatures passing by the area, causing her to dismiss the magic. Over the night, while the other BFGs sleep within the protections of the arcane tiny hut, they take turns keeping watch in groups of 3 with the Bully Blade mercenaries of the caravan. The first watch was 4 until V passed out, after a long day of waking up way too early. The night is uneventful as a few of them talk to each other about the reservations, their futures, and the ghosts of their past.
After a long night, beneath the beautiful moonless starry sky, Seisha and Orkira watch the sunrise from atop the toy maker's Vardo wagon. Everyone packs up the camp while enjoying a quick breakfast, as V panics, waking up claiming she was keeping watch the whole time. But we start our story on the road again, heading for Daggerford.
On the road
But
again.
before we do, is anybody changing carriages? And would somebody please roll a d20?
Oh, you want to roll it? Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, you got it.
I would not like to.
I don't have as good luck with it.
3.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Wow.
Maybe
Okay.
these are
You're
golf
cut
rules.
off
Maybe
from
this
group
is.
rolling.
We don't know yet. 3 could be good.
Wait,
Like,
no,
not
that was
just-
right.
just
It could be
roll off.
good.
We didn't roll off, so that was actually.
It's too late for the roll. But it sounds like everybody's staying in their respective carriages for the day.
Mm.
And,
I can't think of a reason to change.
okay.
I specifically want to make eye contact with Fro.
Okay.
The entire
Also,
time.
like, she has a legit reason for not liking.
I was under mental magic control for over 90 years, and
Yeah, but
I don't hate you.
one person's suffering does not negate what another person went through.
That's fair.
I'll start.
I still don't like her.
And so with the summer sun beating down, a few of you find comfort in the shade provided by the first 2 wagons, but the last cart is unprotected and open to the rays of the heat. It is
That-
warm with...
I would
Right.
say that would prompt Orkira to ask if anyone in the third wagon wanted to change, because she will sun herself if possible. But it will involve, like, we're all packing up, and what is it? It's Harold and V in the last
Harold
card?
and V, correct.
Yeah. So she'll come up to the two of them and just quietly be like, if anyone wants some shade, you're welcome to be in my cart. But be warned, they're gonna talk to you about toys the whole time, which is kind of I've been enjoying it, but hey, I'm just giving you a heads up.
Harold
The-
turns with an enormously wide-brimmed hat, and he's like, "No, I'm good.
You made that really quickly. I'm kind of impressed.
I didn't make it."
Oh, who made it?
There's a
It
little
made it.
acorn hanging off it.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, it just kind of decides. I'm just along for the ride.
It looks like the widest brimmed, like stereotypical wizard hat you've ever seen. It comes back and hanging off the tip is
Oh.
an acorn.
Yeah, but the brim is like,
Yeah.
Insane.
I was totally picturing straw hat though, and I was like, wow.
Me too.
I
Okay.
like the wizard hat even better. So I apparently I've gone to wizard school at some point.
Savard is perched on the.
V will trade with you, so there's space for you, because we're both large and take up space.
I mean, you're impressively large. I'm just awkward. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get out of the sun.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so I will switch with V and go be back in the last cart.
Okay, so I'm in the toy cart. Let's see how we
so-
do.
V, as you go to leave, Sellerfin just kind of speaks up. When you get a moment later, feel free to get out of the shade, but perhaps when we stop for a bit, I'd like to talk to you.
To me?
Yes.
About what?
I think he'd probably prefer to talk in private.
Right. Okay. My bad.
It's all right. Just whenever you get tired of being the shade, feel free to.
Insight check.
Yeah, I'd like to insight that too.
Sure.
Can I just go with my passive and get
Sure.
a feel? I don't think Orkira is suspicious about anything, if that helps. She's not actively like peering.
Oh, Harold's over there checking his own freaking waiters. This guy's a little paranoid at this point. 23.
25.
He's not the Harley.
Well, yeah. I didn't think he was the Harlequin. It's more.
You can't quite pick up. There's nothing nefarious in his tone. Genuine excitement to talk to.
I'm curious if he's flirting.
Curiosity, a lot of curiosity.
And a formality.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not flirty.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Definitely a bit of social awkwardness that you can pick up. Like, he definitely doesn't spend a lot of time around people and spends most of his time in the woods.
Elves. No, I don't actually say that. I'm just.
Emerald Enclave.
Yeah. But
Then
as you all,
So we're trading. Orkira is riding with Harold. And V, you are riding with, I believe, Voss.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I just made that whole cart way. Orkira accidentally made that whole cart incredibly more awkward, and she has no idea. She just thought she was being nice.
Harold just grins.
I'm glad I was able to help. You know, let her be
I
out of the
didn't
sun.
fully realize she just was like, toy maker doesn't sound so bad.
Harold will just go back to hanging out and play music and stuff.
The
Alright,
entire cart ride today, Vinley's searching the cart that she's in for Savard, not knowing that Savard has elected to sit on the wizard hat.
Eventually, you panic, and then you go in looking, and you are outside. And there's a very jaunty tune from an accordion. And,
Crawl over and down onto whose ever face I'm on.
Harold, make a deck save.
Oh god.
Ooh.
20, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. You panic, fall back, but you don't roll off the cart.
Okay, all right, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Savard.
Flutters
No.
away.
Apparently,
As,
Vinley's not a fan of that tune. You might want to change songs.
This is one of my favorites. I'm not changing.
as you change to the next travel song,
It's warm. There's not a lot of wind throughout the day. As you quickly turn to your water skins, soon realizing that there's not an immediate source to replenish it nearby. You look out to only see a sea of green pastures and rolling hills with wildflowers, small bushes, and spare streams. There's no river, no lakes, and definitely no taverns with an endless supply of clean, fresh water to quench your thirst. We are gonna move to the first cart with V and Voss.
And as you're sitting there, kind of in silence, once again, the cacophonous yet soothing clanking sounds of wood echo out from the Bardo wagon from the plethora of strung-up toys hanging from the ceiling. With Doran, the half-orc, still on the reins, you listen to Bilver and Grofol talk about plans for their futures as they whittle away at some wood. Bilver looks to be quickly carving away with some unique pillar pieces for a game that involves aligning 4 elements built within those pieces on a game board before your opponent can complete theirs. Meanwhile, Grofo looks to be honing his precision skills as he continues carving a solid cube inside of a sphere inside of a hollowed cube, all from a single piece of wood, which he is calling the Modronic equation.
Your hands are skilled enough to be high-skilled hands within the guilds of the Splendors, perhaps the Fine Carvers Guild, or Carpenters, Coopers, or maybe even wagon makers with me.
I actually looked into it, but there's already so many carvers, I thought I'd take my skill to where they would be more benefiting to those that need my toys.
People need many things. Why do you focus on toys?
Well, I come from a small gnome hamlet town called Gravelwood, northeast of here in the Silver Marshes. A town full of inventors and makers and a home of that folk hero, Bilric, yeah, 8th cousin of mine, actually. Anyways, I never got to settle down. Almost did, but things didn't work out. Always wanted kids, so I turned to toy making and get my share. I get to share a small amount of joy with every child that has one of my creations. It's like the world stops and time slows. When a child sees their perfect toy, and I feel it's not toys that I make, but instead I create those small moments of pure joy that no one can take away.
I stand corrected. Your hands are made for toys, and you may find an endless count of those moments in Daggerford. For me, I shall return to the Splendors, or whatever caravan will be making their way that way. Pick up some pretty good jokes on the road, riding with new people. But honestly, the best jokes come from the mountains because they are hill areas.
Do you have any children?
Not yet, but I'm still young. What about you?
As they look towards,
As Grofo looks at you,
Boss
Boss
and
and
me.
me.
Oh, no, I definitely don't. We know some children, so we have that.
I mean, everybody grows up from being a child, so that makes sense. You come.
Well,
from a
I
city,
mean,
there's probably
like-
children everywhere.
No, I mean, like, we know, like, people who are currently children right now. We know roughly, like, 2 or 3 of them. So, Boss knows them a little better than I do. Right, Boss?
Hmm.
You, the kids that we know, you know them a little better than I do.
Which children?
Like Pixel and... you
Oh,
know.
yes. One of the employees at our establishment has 2 very precocious children who are nice.
Yeah. They don't smell bad, which is plus for kids.
Well,
'Cause I remember when I was a kid, other kids smelled really bad. I had a hard time with it.
Approach the toy maker,
Okay.
and I would like to look at what his wares are.
As you look over, a lot of the things that are hanging right now are string-based. Some of them are marionettes in nature. And you look over a couple other things, and they seem to have winding mechanisms. There's small music boxes. There's other things that are like a round sphere that is carved into multiple sections that you can move around, kind of like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, and even the wind-up toys, everything is carved from wood. There is no metal in it whatsoever. It is all finely hand-tooled with wood, all the gears and mechanisms and everything.
Yeah, as you're looking over it, you're not very well versed in wood, but he tells you that the what is replacing the metal is like ironwood and things that are strong enough that mimic metal that he has shaved down so thin that it creates the winding mechanisms.
What do you have amongst this that's durable then, that could be shared amongst a group of children?
And he brings out a plethora of items that you can choose from, ranging in simplicity for young kids and some for older kids, with less moving parts and things like that, less likely to be broken.
I choose stuff that'd be more appropriate for young children, say below the age of 6.
Okay.
There's a small duck that is carved from a yellow wood, that the grain itself looks like the feathers of the duck, and there is a small wooden key that inserts in the back, and as it winds, the wings actually flap and the feet go up and down, and he marches along. And
he tells you that he gives you a couple of things that are also more like games where multiple children can play at once. They're very simplistic in their design, nowhere near like Dragon Chess or anything like that, but very simple games where multiple children can play, and so one toy goes a long way.
I point to, we'll say 4 things. No, 5. 5 things. How much?
For all 5, you're looking at 5 silver.
I give him 5 silver. And I say, reserve that until we reach Daggerford, and if you could, box and wrap it appropriately.
Do I need to address it to anyone?
No. Just
Fair enough.
keep it together.
Who are you buying that for?
There's an orphanage in Daggerford.
Oh, really?
That's actually why I'm going to Daggerford. I'm here to sell. I've just made my first sale for the children of Daggerford. How about that? Not even there.
Voss looks him dead in the eye, all amusement washed from his face, and holds it for a few seconds. I would like to insight this guy.
Okay.
Oh my god. Somehow that was a red flag.
This went from being like super sweet and touching to, oh god, someone's about to die.
Natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
I would say
He's gonna burn it. He's gonna burn the orphanage down.
he feels a shift of energy in the room and has no idea what's happening.
Boss, you can't tell what his intentions are, but your paranoia just gets a little bit deeper.
I hand him the silver, but I make note of this.
Wait, so you're selling to the orphanages or you're donating?
Well, whoever runs the orphanage will most likely commission me to make the toys, but if a kid comes up, I'll just give them.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
planning on opening a toy store, honestly.
It's cool that they're all solidly made of wood.
It's a very cheap and economical resource. There's trees everywhere typically, and as he like sticks his head out the Vardo wagon. Typically,
As he looks over the grassland with maybe a tree or 2 scattered about, where it's mostly just open plains and hills and farmland.
Is this the first time you've gone to that orphanage?
Yes. I recently heard about it, and I thought, what a better place to open a toy store is.
From whom did
Bring
you
joy.
hear it?
Say again,
From
I'm sorry.
whom did you hear it?
Can't quite remember. I'm sorry. Do you know this orphanage?
Know of it. Like you.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you knew who ran it, who I needed to talk to, where to set up.
No. Just go with your instincts. But there is a chill that Voss has in his voice now.
V very much notices this because at this point she kind of knows Voss and is just like trying to figure out where the hell in this situation the threat is. She's just like, yeah, it's wood. I'm sure wood is like, pretty safe for kids and stuff. I remember one time when I was real small, I broke open a toy that had metal gears and I swallowed one, and it was not very fun getting that back out. And I'm imagining maybe that would have been a better experience if it was made of wood. I don't know.
You see Bilber just looking on in horror. Like,
So,
oh no! I gotta make my toys more safe! And on that note, we're going to move over to the second card. I think that's the perfect place to leave that conversation.
I've made the most beautiful mistake ever of all time. And I'm so happy.
It turned into It's Always Sunny on the Oregon Trail up there. I don't know what's happening.
Gang buys some toys. Oh man.
Vinley, as you and friend
Yes, my
sit
very close friend.
in the back, you sit tightly compact on the overstocked wagon filled with wares from Aurora's realms. Almost no sound comes from Fro, the scarred mercenary woman, as she holds the reins. You can almost feel her eyes still raking coals over Seisha anytime she is near, mainly focused on the shield strapped to her back. Demay, the halfling woman, who you know to be the traveling cook for hire, isn't prepping food or planning the day's meal. Instead, you see her knitting small clothes that look to be for children. She seems focused on her work as you notice 9 different sized articles of clothing. However, it is hard to keep your mind on that as Fabian, the Aurora salesman, is battering you with multiple skin lotions and elixirs to help fight off the sweltering heat.
So you were saying yesterday how you wanted some of these things, so I found some stuff this morning. The cream is called Artificer's Fish Cream for All Skin, or Artificial Skin for short. Derived from the scales of a merid, proven to help rejuvenate and hydrate your skin when it is dried out from the harsh summer heat, and helps protect from any further damage. And this is a countering dry mud mask cream, made with exactly 3 grains of dryness dust to absorb the excess moisture left behind from the artificial skin.
And it's almost as if not waiting for your permission, like a perfume salesman at the mall spraying you as you walk by. He takes your hand and rubs each ointment to on top of in a gold coin-sized area. The first lotion in the beginning feels soothing, but soon changes to a very oily, greasy feeling, which he then covers with the area with a smear of the red mud. In an instant, you feel the entire area dry up as the mud layer dries and cracks like a desert lake bed. He then takes out a small round metal dish filled with an amber honey wax-like substance and offers it for you to try.
Oh, and this is Helena's Hell Wasp Lip Balm. It has a numbing agent in there that helps soothe any pain or discomfort you may feel from chapped lips for a short period of time.
She kind of shakes her hand and all the ointment just kind of flies off of her as she casts prestidigitation, and friend, who is like crunched into between 2 boxes, is like dangerously close to Fabian. When he grabbed me, friend is like not standing, but has moved directly behind him or next to him, and is just like hovering over this man. And Vinley, who's been working on her germophobia, is choking it back and takes the what was this called again?
Helena's Hell Wasp Lip Balm.
Lip balm. Okay. What do I do with
Just
it?
rub your finger on it and then smear it on your lips.
Very slowly, and then just,
So as you dip your finger in the balm, it feels like the gentle firmness of beeswax. With a small touch of it on your fingers, you smear it across your lips and feel a silky smooth richness gloss over your lips. And almost just as quickly, the comforting, numbing agent becomes too much, and you feel yourself start to drool from your lips onto your hand.
I in halfling, I go, I've made a huge mistake.
As your entire mouth is now numb. As a little bit gets on your tongue, the tip of your tongue begins to numb.
Thank you so much. Flavian, I believe your lip balm is very effective. How do I stop with this?
I think you put too much on. I'm sorry. And he closes it and puts it away. It'll wear off eventually.
Eventually.
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay. I'm going to be silent, as will you.
What? Oh, I'm sure I have a napkin or some cloth here.
I use prestidigitation to move it from my lips to directly against the side of his face.
Oh.
As his face goes numb.
Oh. He spit on me.
I apologize.
You watch like half of his face, just kind of like the cheek kind of droop. Oh, that's not good. And he starts like looking through the boxes that are nearby.
Oh, do you perhaps have an antidote?
Not an antidote. I'm looking for something to wipe this off with. And he kind of smears it, and he just smears further across his face. Okay. I'll be over here.
Okay. Sounds good.
And DeMay speaks up. Who needs all that hogwash? No offense. If you're buying his snake oil, nothing more is needed than what the world already provides. No need for all this or anything else in your catalog. I think I saw a listing for a carrot chopper and onion peeler in the kitchenware section. I assure you a knife does just fine. Onions peel easy enough themselves. Before you say anything, if you think my cooking needs anything, any of your fan-dangled jiggamabobs, you can fend for your own dinner tonight, since mine won't be to your satisfaction.
I'll just bite my tongue then.
He was totally talking to Fabian.
Billy literally was like,
okay. Even as well, yes. So both of you just like.
I see that you're knitting. How hard is it to knit? I've never attempted.
It's easy.
Could help.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just knitting these for my kids.
Yes, I counted 9 articles of clothing.
I have 9 kids.
That's very sweet.
Yep, my husband's a stay-at-home dad. We live in Succumber in the Western Heartlands.
I have no idea where that is.
It's west of here.
Seisha kind of rides up at this conversation. She kind of caught it out of the corner of her ear. Are you going to have more kids? Like maybe 3?
No, right away.
3 more would set you just right.
You never know.
Oh, yay.
But I can show you. You want to come over here?
Yes.
And she'll sit down and she'll start teaching you how to knit.
I'll attempt to have friend help knit as well.
Okay.
But she'll pull out a second set of needles and a small basket of yarn, and we'll sit there and show you
My mother used to do this.
And we'll show you how to do it.
Yep, just basic.
Yep, just show you the basics, just to get the single strand.
Yeah. I don't know anything about knitting. I was gonna try and make a topical knitting joke, but I can't.
Well, knitting's the one that has the 2 sticks, and crocheting's the one that has 1. And there you go.
Light years ahead of me, Devin.
By the time we're done with this caravan, you're gonna have so many scarves. You're gonna have all the scarves.
All the scarves. I'm gonna be so ready for the cold weather that we are currently not in.
Exactly.
If Fabian starts to talk again, I'm gonna slyly use prestidigitation to move the lip balm from the canister to his tongue.
He's already closed it and stuff. But if you're, I mean, yes, if you're using Mage Hand, make a.
I will.
Sleight of hand check.
Absolutely. 16.
He does not see it. He has very common stats.
Yeah, every single time he tries to talk about anything related to his catalog, he's getting more numbing agents.
You can't make your Mage Hand disappear, so there every once in a while there's just this quick hit. And he's like, "What's that?"
What was what? I didn't think.
Somebody keeps touching my tongue.
How can you tell your tongue's numb? Isn't it?
Right when it gets just enough feeling. When I can feel the blood in my mouth from me biting my tongue.
I'm sorry.
constantly.
I'm sorry, Fabian. I can't understand what you're saying anymore.
Fine.
Okay.
So if you have any questions about the catalog, let me know.
I certainly will. And don't worry, I'm a doctor, so if anything happens, I'll make sure that you're okay.
And along your journey, you pass by at some point a small square wooden paddy wagon with arrows stuck all in it and along the side. The old cart looks to be covered in ornate carvings depicting the cycles of the sun and the moon in a circle with both ends depicting eclipses. A golden hollow ring at the top and a red circle at the bottom. However, what catches your attention most is the large turtle-like humanoid holding the reins of the horses. His neck is long with waving folds and wrinkles that stretch down the length of it. He has a large underbite that protrudes under his ornate gold and silver makeup that surrounds his eyes in a swirling Selene pattern.
You can see he's wearing a simple robe vestments of a clerical monk with imagery that mirrors that which is on the outside of the roaming shrine, both to Lathander and Selune. As you approach, you see him smile and wave with a wounded hand wrapped in a sling.
Oh.
He doesn't even seem to notice the 2 broken arrows sticking out the sides of his shell.
I would like to ride up to him.
I would like to roll an insight check.
I would like to be behind Seisha. Harold, pause that tune for a second. I'll be right back, and I will follow.
What? Why are we pausing? Where'd she go?
16 insight. Is this a trap?
I mean,
As you're looking around, it's very open and barren, and there seems to be only one very calm cleric turtle. It's highly unlikely it's a trap.
yeah, and
We can take him.
yeah, and he's just
It's just one of you and
like squinting. He's through these little spectacles of his painted mouth, and he's just like
Excuse
painted
me,
eyes.
Sir, you seem to be wounded. Can I help you?
He kind of looks down. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ran into some goblins.
Oh my goodness. Well, here, let me try to help. And
Oh.
go ahead.
Oh, it'll heal.
Are you sure? I would feel much better knowing you're traveling on in one piece.
Okay.
And I will, can I tell how hurt he is?
You can make a medicine check.
Fantabulous.
Yeah, and as you look him over, he just kind of, a couple of days ago, about a day south of the river, I was ambushed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so rude. My name is Brother Bokel.
It's a
And
pleasure to meet you.
I am a devout of Lathander and Salune.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lore Seeker Seisha Valisfard. I follow Ogma.
A pleasure.
And I'm Orkira, and I follow a phoenix. And I guess they're not nice goblins?
They were a squad, but thanks to their terrible aim and the blessings from the Morning Lord and Moon Maiden, I'm alive.
I'm very glad you are.
Here. I rolled a 6. So I'm just going to use 10 points of
Okay.
lay on hands.
Okay.
He looks mostly healed.
How does he's got a horse?
He does have a horse.
The horse,
Yeah.
two horses look
horses.
okay?
They've got some arrow.
You can tell that they have been healed.
Yeah, you can see some like patching of fur where arrows once were, but you can see that most likely used his magics to heal the horses, not himself.
I can respect that. Okay.
And you said it was a day south of the river?
Yep.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for them. We'll be traveling that way.
Okay. I'll be sure to pray for you.
Thank you. And I'll
Thank-
pray for your safe journey as well.
For
What's going
healing.
on? Why did we stop?
Oh, I'm assuming they haven't stopped. It's just
Yeah,
Seisha and I
I assumed y'all kept going.
Yeah.
The,
Oh.
caravan
Seisha's
would,
on.
the caravan would have stopped once you all stopped to talk to him for a while. They're not going to leave you behind.
Okay.
They didn't immediately stop with you, but
Okay.
they saw that you stopped, and
Okay.
they're about 30 to 50 feet ahead.
I'm poking my head out of the.
Travel safely, and I hope maybe our paths will cross again one day.
I hope so too.
If you find yourself in Waterdeep, we run an inn there called, a tavern called the Spirits of Troll Skull. If you find yourself in the city in, I don't know, 410 day, come on by and we should be back by then.
I am sure I'll end up there if I keep going down this road.
Exactly.
The turtle man takes his hands and clasps them over yours.
May the celestial eyes watch over you, Seisha Valisbard of Ogma.
And you feel this divine glow just wash over you. And it almost feels like the sun is providing it. And you gain 1 free reroll within the next 24 hours.
Ooh.
Whoa! Awesome!
Excuse me, Bokel. What was that, sir?
Yeah, why can't I give that? While they're having this talk, Orkira will have pulled one of the arrows out of the cart. And since Vinley's been asking what's going on, she'll fly on over to that cart and come over with the arrow and say, we should be a little cautious. Looks like there's some bandits. They said south of the river, like a day from here?
A day south.
Which
They-
is a day past Daggerford.
Orkira will say that anyway, because I don't think she realizes that.
No, she
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. There's some bandits within like a day or two. We should be careful.
Sounds like fun.
It depends on your definition of fun. All the goblins I've ever met were all really nice. And I'm gonna go warn everybody else, and I'll go up to the first cart to give the same warning to an incredibly awkward cart. Hi. The nice turtle brother Bokal said there was some bandits about a day, 2 days past the river. We just need to be a little worried about, and I'll show the arrow.
Large camp, small. What are we talking about here?
Well, he was able to get away. It was just him. He said it was just a bunch of goblins with really bad aim. But it's good to be warned about.
Of course. Keep an eye out. Thank you.
I'll fly back.
And
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, thank you, Brother Bokal, and may Agma light your way.
He just gives you this just squinty-eyed, just overbitten grin, and just whoosh. The horses move about as fast as he walks.
Right.
It's just a.
I head back to the
He's
caravan.
been making this journey. He got attacked a year ago.
Yeah.
All of those goblins all had kids and died of old age.
And they've settled down and they've got their own little
They're no longer
camp.
bandits.
No,
they have a
Them are now
wonderful-
monkeys.
Brother Bokal became a folklore legend.
Yeah. We're getting them back on the right path.
Yep.
They're now recognized by the Lord's Alliance even.
Grandfather told me the story about meeting Brother Bokal, and then that's when he created this entire town.
You've really created this amazing legend for these goblins we're just going to slaughter, probably.
Oh, we're not even going to see them. They're further south than we're going.
Oh, are they?
do
Okay.
Yeah.
identify us.
They're a day south of the river, and Daggerford's at the river.
Hmm.
I
I arrive back in the cart with Harold. I'm like, okay, so potentially bandits. Where were you in the song? And I'll throw the arrow over the side.
Keep playing the song. Because I'm like, oh, bandits, all right.
And I'll give the description, but I would imagine, who do we got? Cellarfin probably will be the one who will say, oh yeah, that's past Daggerford.
All right.
And then throughout the ride, Harold and Orkira, you've come to almost not even notice the soft clattering of metal echoing out from the crates and boxes around you and under you. Destrian, the armor and weaponsmith, who has a touch of dwarven blood, spends most of his time talking to his lover. He and Geta, the dwarven woman Bullyblade, contemplate new weaponsmithing techniques and designs, as well as the fantastical daydreaming ramblings of making a Damascus hybrid of mithril and adamantine metals. Meanwhile, the Emerald Enclave elf, Cellarfin, passes the time by tossing large walnuts out into the air and attempts to strike them from mid-flight with a slingshot with another nut. And then
You see Destrian actually kind of at one point glance over to you, Harold, as you're kind of like leaning, kicked back, feet up, playing the accordion, and his eyes kind of fall to your leg. I gotta ask, what's with the armored one leg?
Oh, well, there's this guy, and I was smarting off to him, and I called him Kevin when his name's definitely not Kevin. I may have called him Calamari Kevin because he was a giant sky squid the size of everything you could see. And
Calamari, I get it. That's a good one.
I thought so too. And then he made my leg come alive and tried to eat me.
Harold, make a con save.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, you said it.
It's been a while since Calamari Kevin's had a problem with me.
Oh
5.
no.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh, no.
As you're speking, all of a sudden you start choking violently as you swallow the bug.
Oh no.
You okay? I'll pat him on the back.
It was a big one.
Cough it up. Hopefully it didn't have a stinger.
Damn you, Kevin, still coming after me after all this time. You had my leg. What else do you want?
Finley looks around, not sure where Savard went all of a sudden.
he sends assassins after me every once in a while, but I've managed to survive them all so far.
Is assassins are cicadas? Because that's what you just ate. That was a crunchy one. It's good protein for you, though, so it's good. And he'll slaps you on the back.
You see Cellarfin just kind of like eyeing you, like, what are you talking about? But also just kind of stifling laughter.
So yeah, that's the story of how my leg.
So now you put plate armor on it to protect it now?
No, and he's just gonna take it off.
And you kind of see him go, well, that's fascinating. Where did you get that? I could use one of those for my... And he kind of holds up his left stump.
Yeah, and
at the wrist.
I believe I got it at the Temple of Gond, right? That's where I got it.
Temple of Gond. I'll have to look that up next time I'm back in the City of Splendors.
It's fantastic, and I know some guys there, so if you want me to put in good word for you,
please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not burdened by only having one hand. It's, but I definitely could use, definitely at times, especially when I'm smithing. If I could have one, maybe they can make one that has a hammer attached to it so I can use it as the hammer in hand.
Oh yeah, I got a friend who's got one. He's got a sword inside of it.
That's a bit fun. I bet I can forge that.
And Orkira, as they're talking about these machines and parts of Gond, the mention of the Temple of Gond, you can see Cellarfin just kind of like his mood sours a little bit, and not in hate, but just kind of like disgruntled.
I'm not going to say anything, but noticing that Orkira will very intentionally try to steer the conversation away from the temple. And as she's describing her friend Freely with the mechanical arm that's got the sword in it, since they've brought up blacksmithing, she'll try to steer the conversation more towards blacksmithing and back to what they were talking about, just to get it away from Gond. But she'll make a mental note.
And as you do that, that's fine. And then at some point, you make a rest stop, just as you kind of just take break. Everyone stretch their legs and whatnot. And it's during one of these breaks that Cellarfin comes up to you, B.
As you're all like having lunch,
I'm running out of lip balm to put on that man's tongue.
Yeah.
Are we still Oh, sorry. Go ahead and do your thing first. Sorry.
Yeah.
And this isn't breaking for camp. This is just taking a quick
just lunch break.
Yeah, lunch break.
Lunch break. Okay. B just goes, oh yeah, you wanted to talk about someone.
I'm curious. Goliath in the big city.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that your kind preferred the nomadic lifestyle with a deep connection to nature. And
Yeah, that's what I'm learning. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Right. You said that you haven't been in the wilds much. So are you just moving from the city to a small town, or do you have bigger plans beyond Daggerford?
That's a great question that I will answer. Yeah, so like I get that it's like a little non-conventional. So I grew up completely in Waterdeep, born and raised.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I think I am due some compensation for that, so I appreciate it. Anyways, there's like this, like, oh my gosh, how do I explain this? Like, I went on this trip to like a mountain. It was cold, and I was like, this is nice. And I was like, maybe I should do that more. And so I asked my friends, and I was just like, hey, like my grandma is also from like mountains. And I was like, we should look at those where they're from. My family, or my ancestors, really, because I don't really know much. And we're here to explore that.
So
And also visit Daggerford. Daggerford was cool too. we're stopping around. We're like, you know what I mean? Like we're not picking a place to like settle. It's kind of like just like visiting. We're just visiting, taking in our surroundings.
All right. That's a lot to process.
Yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat, so.
What are your feelings towards the natural world and beliefs in the balance and harmony and everything?
Oh my god. No one's ever asked me that. Well, I can't really say I've thought about it much, but I think outside is cool. I like it a lot. I hate swampies. Swamp areas are kind of garbo. So not really into that. We went to one time. I wasn't a big fan. Definitely don't invest in a vacation home there. Don't listen to the brochures. And I think mountains are cool. I feel like harmony there personally. And oh my god, I feel so on the spot. I don't even know how to do this. I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
You know, I think I've learned every bit that I need to, and I hope you have a wonderful trip and you find what it is you're looking for.
Cool, thanks.
And he'll kind of turn around, and if anybody's looking, just go, but that like, what just happened? Look on his face as he just like meanders back towards his part.
Yeah, Vinley's like standing very far away from him, but watching him. And when he turns and looks at her, she's like kind of shocked and then realizes what just happened and is like,
You actually like he like mutters something in Elvish under his breath. It's just like the meaning of like, what? What? Just continues to go. Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm just in Elvish, very quietly very far away from him, going, yeah. Yeah.
Did we still need? You'd mentioned that we're running out of water. Is that like an actual thing?
You're not, because you've traveled a lot, and you understand how to ration. I would say even Boss, because clean water on a ship you have to ration very seldom. But a lot of the others are very used to having water on hand.
Yeah, I mean there is the other caravan people have water skins and they're drinking occasionally.
But those that are not used to wandering out into the world and being berated by the heat of the sun drink their water a little bit too quickly.
Okay, because if someone mentions it to Akira, she did actually still take Create Food and Water today, so she'll be talking with Harold and be like, well,
Anybody have any extra water?
I can have a lot of extra water in a little bit. Yeah.
Did someone say water?
Yeah. Do you need some?
Water sounds great.
Completely out of water.
Yeah. Come here.
I am too.
Okay.
I thought my water skin was a lot bigger.
I am totally not out of water.
That's
a lie. I was out of water like this morning.
I'm glad you told me. I never would have figured.
I didn't really plan to be in the sun as much as I am, so
Carrying so
armor
much
kind
water
of
is just
creates
so
an oven.
heavy.
I mean, I thought it was great, but yeah, if you're not used to it.
Does any of the caravan, do they also have like water barrels or for traveling? Okay.
Each cart has its own water barrel.
Okay, then I will use Create Food and Water on the water barrel to refill it.
Okay.
Or, or top things off. So Orkira comes up to the water barrel and is like, all right, get close.
Okay.
Harold, do you still want the stuff that tastes like lobster? Are you okay with it just being just meh?
Oh,
What?
Not everybody's a lobster fan here.
not
Okay.
lobster water, please.
No, the water.
Going to be an explanation of this later.
I never tried lobster water. Maybe that was where I was going wrong.
No,
Maybe I should've-
we have a kind of a history with lobster. I think you remember the message I sent you for the sending.
I do. I'm still a little confused, but okay.
There was a lobster. We forgot about it. It died in a vase. It tasted
The
gross.
smell lingers on my soul.
It died in your soul?
No, it lingers on my soul.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
the
died in a
death.
vase.
Yeah.
Kira, please continue.
Okay, I will grab the water barrel and I will cast create food and water. So the water barrel fills back up because it creates 30 gallons worth of water. And so all your water skins and everything automatically refill because it refills, basically it goes into any containers within range. Because I'm creating food and water, I also have to create 45 pounds of food. And so in a very large bread basket behind me, just a bread basket full of what looks like hardtack appears. And I've intentionally made the bland stuff. I've not made the stuff that tastes like lobster. So the water is clean and doesn't go bad. The food is bland but nourishing and spoils if it's uneaten in 24 hours. But it's 45 pounds. And so she grabs the side of the water barrel, fills it up. All your water skins fill up. And then she just sits down on this giant bread bowl full of food and goes, okay, you're all filled.
Oh, can I steal some of that for snacks later?
Yeah, it's not the best. It kind of needs to be seasoned.
Or
But
I can throw it to birds too.
oh yeah, the birds might like it.
Out of curiosity, where does this water like come from?
The universe.
See, I actually wrote a dissertation about this one time about how summoned things actually come from other places. So technically, all the water that just appeared and all the food that just appeared came from someone's place.
Well, I pray for it, so maybe the Phoenix sent it. There's not a lot of water on the elemental plane of fire, though. So
the Phoenix picked it up and then put it somewhere else.
Essentially.
yeah, I guess that's accurate. And then put it in a bread bowl.
So why don't we just take the water and put it somewhere else?
I mean, that's kind of what I did. Yeah.
Well, like, are we sure that this water is like clean?
Yeah.
Do we know it's clean?
Yeah.
It's magically
Tastes
clean
good.
water.
Is it filtered?
Drink it.
Yeah.
It
No,
tastes
that's why I do it
good.
this
It's
way.
very
Yeah, it
fresh
tastes
and
good.
crisp.
I can
Okay.
also do the thing where I clean water, but
I cast prestidigitation on V's water to make it taste like fresh spring artisanal filtered water that's been filtered 23 times exactly.
For
Excellent.
diamonds.
They're diamonds.
Um,
I only drink
Billy-
Fiji water.
Finley, you see Cellarfen nod and knowing that he made the right choice. Yep.
He nods.
Yep.
I nod.
This is free range water.
Since we're all gathered here, I do have something that I wish to bring up. She looks around, make sure a certain person isn't around. Mainly lip tattoo girl.
Okay.
Seisha's not a huge celebrity with one person in particular around here, and I was wondering, she doesn't respond very well to threats. Perhaps one of you more.
Have you
Why are
been
you going around
threatening her?
You've been threatening people while we're here?
I was
Yes,
going
I
to try
did.
to talk to her tonight.
I would not. I
I
would-
think I need to.
Yeah, I would imagine somebody other than somebody threatening her.
I'm not a nice person, Harold.
That doesn't change. Okay, so be nicer.
Why?
I mean, I would offer to talk to her, but I've been told I'm kind of intimidating, so maybe I'm not the best.
I'll talk to her.
Wait, hold
Perhaps
on.
One other person should
We're
go.
just we're just traveling with this woman. She's presented no threat or obstacle to us. There's no reason for us
Yeah.
to bother her.
It's true, we don't have to be BFFs.
I just don't like not being liked.
well, say
Get used to that.
Oh,
I just don't like Seisha not being.
I agree that I don't like you not being liked, but also we know that it has nothing to do with you. It's they don't like the shield,
shield.
Yeah.
and what the shield represents. And yeah,
Which I think is odd.
wait, they don't like Agma?
No, this isn't a shield of Ogma. This is
Oh.
a shield that I got from the Xanathar lair.
Right. the
Well,
sim-
that would.
It
Well, if
It-
the shield is representative of Xanathar, that would kind
It's
of
not.
make sense.
it's not.
Oh my God,
It-
then what
it's
is this
another
shield? I'm
order
sorry.
that isn't good people.
Oh, well, then that makes sense. They think you're part of
Yeah.
some like evil guy order.
Yeah, apparently they were trapped for a while by this order and imprisoned.
Oh my
can
God.
we?
I just want them
Sounds
to know
like their
I'm not
feelings-
with them.
Well, it just sounds like their feelings are perfectly logical. Why are we
Yes, that's what I'm
threatening-
saying.
So why are we threatening them?
I threatened her before I knew that.
Because it's friendly.
Whatever the case may be, I won't stop you from conversing with this woman. I just don't think it's necessary.
Also, maybe if we fix the shield so it doesn't look like the symbol of the person they don't like.
I was
You
going to
make
do
it the
that when we
symbol
get
of-
back.
You can make it the symbol of coffee.
I mean, coffee is always good. Yeah.
Or horse lips.
Well, I was going
Wait,
to.
what's Horselip's symbol look like? Did we decide that?
A coffee cup.
I don't even want to begin to imagine
With
what that holy symbol would.
No, it's a big mug of coffee with the little wavy lines. You know,
That
when you draw things and you put the little wavy lines to indicate heat.
That is
No, horse
V
lips.
takes it upon herself to try to draw potential Horselips logos in the dirt.
I
That
just,
is-
im-
Horse
That
lips is
is the
different
one
from the
that I-
coffee god.
I just imagine it as like a horse looking blandly over at the person who's looking at the picture, buzzing his lips. Just
Harold, you get this weird feeling in the back of your mind of this familiar voice that says, "An apple."
I miss Monty.
Oh, me too. And at this point, V has finished her little doodle, and it's you see a horse like oval head with like little triangle ears and like big Google eyes, like
Oh,
these
that's
big Google
adorable.
eyes. And that's it. This is my proposal.
I accept this proposal. The Council of Horse Lips accepts this, and all judgments are final.
So that's what we're putting on Seisha's shield?
No,
Yes.
No.
Wait, no, I didn't say that.
certainly not.
That's what I propose.
Well,
No.
the
I thought
Council
that
of
was-
Horse Lips is
Work
going
very hard
to
on this.
deny
This
this
is not
request
up
with
for
extreme
vote.
prejudice.
This is not up for a vote. I have to walk around with this.
That's right. That's
Do you
that's
want me
right.
to put flames on it, make it like Bernie? I can
My
put
horse
flames
is
on
named
it.
Bernie. The shield is not up for option.
Whose fault
Okay.
is that? I just made a
Harold.
joke.
So
I
she adds flames around it
No.
to make it cool.
I
Yeah,
can't help that it's catchy.
wavy lines for heat. Wavy lines for heat.
I'm
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
my
yeah.
foot down.
Yeah.
I'm putting my foot down. No.
Wavy lines for heat actually kind of make it look like it's smelling bad.
I make eye contact and smile with Voss and share a look of like, we're doing this right now.
About this-
Boss
Okay.
is just
I was going to have a really stylized BFGs put on it.
No, she adds a stick figure body
No.
to the horse head.
No.
Okay, well,
Oh, that's a little. That's
I
a little
think
much.
we're
Oh,
all
okay, she wipes away,
aware
wipes
of
away.
the situation now.
Yes.
read the air, and maybe something else is happening.
And then about this time, Doran, the vitiligo-skinned half-orc, walks up and goes, "If you're done just yelling your grievances out into the wilds, we're ready to go."
Okay.
I
Sick.
think we are for now.
Thank you,
Everything-
Akira.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, you want some really bland food?
I'm fine.
We have 45 pounds of it. So.
We have 45 pounds of it. It's in a giant bread basket.
It came from someone's house.
Well, it came from the Phoenix house. I know whose house it came from. Or Kara will
Hey,
pick
look,
up the.
we didn't steal 45 pounds.
No, I bet I know. I bet there's a bunch of little bakers that spend their days making this stuff in
It's a
devotion to
duffel
their
bag.
gods,
The
and then it
point-
gets picked up by other gods and
Mm.
shipped out.
The
Like
point of
trade
the-
of gods.
I'm going back to my wagon.
Yep.
I'm going back to my
Or
wagon.
Kara's gonna
Same.
pick up the bread bowl filled with bland food and be like, Phoenix would never steal some other god's food. No.
No, I'm saying the bakers make it in devotion to their gods so that other gods can take it to give to their devoted.
Well, I have
That-
bad news for you. They're really bad bakers because it's fulfilling food, but have you tasted it?
Yeah, no, this is fine. This tastes just like the bread I used to make.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Or
we
Kira
should probably
just-
get back to our.
Wow.
Or Kira's entire countenance falls. Like, oh, what?
V
how am
wants
I-
to stop
what-
boss before we get to the wagon, by the way.
Okay.
And so she goes, hey, why does the toy maker freak you out?
Personal stuff.
All right. Strange. You know what? That's fine. I'm sure there's a lot of really weird toy makers in your past, and maybe that's it.
The orphanage he's delivering that to the last time I was there was owned by the Ring.
Oh shit.
I have no idea where he stands on that. He didn't have any visible marks on his hands, correct?
No, and he did not have gloves on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Oh my god. So you think he might know about
I don't
that?
know.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know.
Don't approach him until we reach Daggerford.
Okay.
Do you?
Do I what?
Are you going to do this?
Am I
Because
going to-
sometimes you say things and then you don't do them.
What? Well, only if someone else does it with me.
Okay, but if you bring this up to someone else and then you have someone else harassing this man,
I won't harass him because we don't know for sure.
you're muted.
That was wild.
Yeah, it just like randomly cut off.
Yep, she's
Uh-oh.
frozen.
Weird. Okay.
there you
Anyways, okay, I'm back.
We're back.
Oh, it says my internet connection's unstable.
Oh,
Yeah, everything froze
Oh.
for just a second, but I think everybody's
Yeah,
back.
you're back now.
Oh no.
The toy
Okay.
maker screwing with your internet connection, trying to
Ah!
stop the trail.
No, okay. Just be like, okay. I promise I won't say anything unless you found some sort of confirmation that this dude is evil, and it's just a lot of dedication to making toys if like this is really the thing. But like, I mean, I don't know.
The Ring sometimes hide their members well, those that aren't actively involved in slaving.
Oh my god, this makes me so uncomfortable. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, okay. I wonder how many people who I've met who are just nice, and I've just, oh my god, I can't. And she's like, I gotta stop thinking about this. I'm gonna like have a breakdown.
Okay, well, this was a good talk.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a weird day for me. I got asked about like why I'm existing not outside normally, and like how I feel about harmony in nature. It was weird.
Who asked you this?
That high elf, gosh, what was their name?
Bentley.
Like eucalyptus, cellophane.
The one from the Emerald Enclave?
Cellophane. Cellarfen. Yes, that
He
one.
pokes his head out of his cart. What?
And why did he ask you this?
Because it was unusual for a Goliath to be living in the city, which is fair. It is unusual for a Goliath to be from the city. So if you want to know what that was about, and I got kind of nervous with the answer. I don't really have a solid answer for that yet, and it felt a little personal, and I don't know.
It is something to think about. If this mission is a success and we find a remnant of your clan, the thought of you staying with them surely has occurred to you.
Yeah, but like, I also can't imagine staying there like permanently. It's a lot to weigh. I just need to know first, I guess, if I can make an educated decision on what to do with the rest of my life. No pressure.
What do you expect to find? Or rather, what would you like to?
I think I'd like to, I guess best case scenario is that some people did survive, and like maybe I can like come visit them and stuff, and learn about my people and all of that. But I mean, there's a possibility that I'll love it so much that I'll want to stay forever, but I also like can't realistically see that right now. It feels really important to find some sort of connection, because as of right now, when it comes to my family and my past, I just feel, I don't know,
We were in the mountains in the book.
it's very disconnected.
Yes. When we were in the mountains in the book, did you feel at home?
I felt comfortable. I felt like a sort of like confidence and slight, I guess you could call it kind of like a feeling of inner peace with like my environment that I don't normally have or get to experience. It was for the times we weren't being attacked and there wasn't an avalanche. It was serene. It was a kind of calmness I have never experienced before.
And your grandmother was a member, full member, correct? Before your father conquered them.
Yes.
What did she have to say about them?
About the mountains?
About your clan?
Oh, that they were like these fierce, super cool warriors, you know, and they all worked together and everyone had their part and they just worked, but while they were, you know, really intimidating and fierce, they're also like, you know, loving and kind to each other and respectful and they were a family, you know, not like how my dad's clan was, or my dad in general.
Is that what you want?
I mean, yeah, isn't that kind of what everyone wants?
Not necessarily, but I asked you. That's the one thing I've never really been able to figure out about you, is what exactly it is that you want.
No one's ever really asked. I didn't really grow up being asked what I want. I just was either told what to do or just sort of like did things that I wanted to do in that moment. Like I've never really like taken the time to do long-term planning because it didn't make any sense to do that. So I guess it's kind of a new concept for me, not making decisions in the moment. Like if you were to be like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, I don't know where I see myself tomorrow. Well, I guess Daggerford, but you know.
In any
I can't really
case.
visualize that, so.
In any case, it is something to think about and something to consider. Things become clearer whenever you have purpose.
Yeah. It's just so much pressure. But also, like, I know it needs to happen.
You move forward in the direction your will desires you to. Even when I was a slave, I still lived my life this way, with every ounce I could. We are moving in this direction because your will desired to move here. So, I believe if you simply listen to your instinct, hopefully, this will work out. Just keep in mind, don't hesitate. When it comes to making a firm decision outside of the heat of battle, you have a tendency to do that. Perhaps in those situations, go with your own first impulse. Your instincts have served you well thus far. They've kept you alive.
Yeah, true.
So when you meet, if you meet, remnants of your clan or other herds, I think was the word, follow your impulse. That seems to be the way your people operate.
I just want to know more of what it really means to be a Goliath.
I can't help you there.
I know. No one can.
No. We'll work on that, but at the end of the day, this is your journey. You're going to dictate a lot of the pace that moves forward from here. The decisions we make involving the mountains, your family, your potential clan, you're going to be the driving force for all of it. So yes, I understand that's pressure, but that doesn't make it any less true.
I know. And thanks again for coming along with all of this. I know it's kind of a lot to just, spring on a group of people, even if we are friends.
I don't like leaving the cities, obviously, and I honestly didn't want to come, but here I am, nonetheless. I don't blame you for that.
Maybe there's something out here we can learn to help with stopping the corruption in the city.
Maybe.
Take a wider look perspective at it. Something I know my grandma used to say is if I was just so stuck in a problem and I couldn't solve it or anything, sometimes I'd have to step away for a while to be able to view it from a different angle. And maybe being inside of the problem, which is the city, was changing your perspective. Maybe you need a new perspective. I don't know.
She sounds very wise.
Yeah, she was.
Well, I hope whatever remains of her clan, if we find it, holds that wisdom in them as well.
Me too. Me too. I just hope. I mean, I know they are. They've got to at least be better than my dad's people. So.
And when the time comes, if we confront your father, I hope you don't hesitate then.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
I kind of awkwardly give her a small pat on the shoulder.
Thanks. She kind of laughs at that.
She has to reach up,
Yeah, I gotta reach up probably
the shortest person in the party patting the tallest person in the party's back shoulder.
I'm 6'1".
Is Voss the shortest? I thought Harold was the shortest.
I think it's either me or you.
I always thought Voss was the shortest.
You're both about
the same.
Yeah.
5'11".
Oh yeah, we're exactly 5'11", both of us. My bad.
Okay.
6 foot 5'12".
So everybody's 5'12".
I did. My brain went.
I've heard that everyone's 5'11". What?
In any case, I give her a nod and
yeah. And we can say that you kind of sat on the back of the Vardo as it traveled, so that way you didn't hold up so you were having a conversation privately, but while still moving. If anybody wants to make me perception checks, I know Orkira makes rounds.
I dare not.
That's all I do.
Seisha, I know are the two that were on the lookout on Bernie and making your circle. So if y'all want to make
I am actually looking at my notebooks and not paying attention to anything else going on around me because I just rolled a 1.
All right.
Hold on a second, Harold. I'm gonna go make a round, and I got a 23.
Okay.
One of them has advantage. I believe it was Orkira.
I did the last time because of Savard, so if you want to do that again.
Savard hasn't been with me this entire trip. He doesn't like me in the outdoors, apparently.
I love that you control him, but this is your... He doesn't like me in the outdoors, apparently.
He can have his own opinion on me. When it comes
all right, so I'll roll with advantage. Ooh, and I rolled even better. That's a 28. There we go.
Just barely.
Just barely.
So, as you're flying around, you see Savard kind of fluttering in a direction, then stays
I feel like we're in the cart, and I tell Harold I'm gonna go do another round, and Savard gets off of his hat and lands on my head. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, Finley. And then he has this poor butterfly is just clutching the side of my horn as I'm flying around.
Flying around, and you see Savard kind of float away from the area. You smell something acrid and foul coming from upwind, cutting across the plains, similar to that, the scent of rotten fruit. And it's about 5 minutes later that you see, or at least you think you see, something hiding in the grass.
I'll swoop on down to the front cart where I know V and Voss are. And I'm not gonna land or anything, but I'll give a gentle swoop by and be like, hey, there's something in the grass up ahead. And I'll give directions and say, just be on the lookout, something smells wrong. And I'm gonna fly off in that direction. I'm gonna stay pretty high, like good 70, 80 feet, and buzz the area.
And as you get that high, it's when you notice buzzards circling and descending on some large dead beast. It looks to be insect-like, with large mandibles, multiple legs, and a hard, dark, chitinous cockroach-like carapace.
Have I ever seen?
It seems to be like halfway dug into the ground.
And it's obviously dead, and that's what the buzzards are feeding on?
Correct, yeah.
I'm not going to land, but I'll circle a little bit and then come back. Do I know what this creature is?
You can make a nature check.
I mean, I can. We'll see what happens. This I'm not as good at. I see things. I don't know what they are. That's a 9.
Yeah, you're not familiar with this. And as... what do you do after you see it?
How you said it's like half buried in the dirt, but from what I can see, how large is it? Is this
very big?
Bigger than a horse?
About the size of a horse, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably a little bit bigger than a horse. Yeah.
And how far is it going to be from where the carts are traveling?
About 50 to 60 feet inland from the road.
Okay, so not directly. Okay, I'll come on back, and this time I'll like land and walk next to the front cart and describe what I saw and smelled. It's dead, but it's a weird. I've never seen anything like this.
And you actually, Cellarfin has sat down next to Doran on the front cart as he saw you go up, and is just kind of out front looking as well. As you can see, he's kind of sniffing, can smell the acrid stench as well.
And I'll describe it for them, whatever I saw, and say, it's going to be like 50 feet off that way as we're coming by it. A bunch of buzzards. I didn't see any danger, but anything that size that's that large always makes me wary.
And Cellarfin, kind of, you describe, and he looks up. Onkegs. Nasty little ambush monstrosities. Like a trapdoor spider or bullet, they sense movement from underground. They strike viciously fast with mandibles strong enough to crack a young tree in half, and a corrosive spit that will dissolve your flesh from your bones. They burrow through the ground like ants, leaving tight tunnel networks probably all throughout this area as he motions across the plains, which also create a great irrigation system for farmsteads, actually. But thankfully, unlike ants, they don't live in colonies. Only about 1 to 5 live in an area at a time. We could be lucky that this is the only one, or we might be in danger for the next 5 or 10 miles, depending on how far its territory we are.
All right, I'm gonna go warn everybody, and maybe I'll keep circling just to be careful.
And I'll do that. I'll like down the line warn everybody what I saw and what Cellarfin said, and unless someone asks otherwise, I will continue to circle kind of in front of the caravan, keeping an eye out for, I guess, tunnels or any kind of weird movement or anything that might indicate that there's a trap creature up ahead.
I have a brief conversation with Savard, make sure he's having a good time on his vacation. And then when Kira goes to start circling again, I turn to Demay and still numb tongue Fabian, and I'll say, I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit. I'm gonna meditate on some things. And my eyes roll back in my head, and I start looking through Savard.
And right before you go back, you see Fabian looking, like unscrewing and looking. Where did it go?
Eyes fully back in the head.
I will say to Akira before she heads off, is there any indication of what killed it?
I didn't land and get close and examine because it seemed like I should warn y'all beforehand, but I can go take a look.
I can ride up and look if you want to keep an eye out for anything approaching.
Why don't we do both? Why don't the both of us go?
Well, one of us should watch and the other should go look. That way we don't have a distraction.
Yeah. All right, look, I'll lead you over there.
Well,
and
you
then-
know where it is. Do you want to go look and I'll keep a watch out?
Oh, I think you could take a look and I'll just keep circling overhead.
Point me in a direction.
The butterfly circles around Orkira's head quickly and then starts flying up and towards the thing.
I'll follow Savard.
And I'll lead with Savard over there, and then when Seisha is there to examine, I'll continue to fly above, not quite so high, like 30, 40 feet. And I'm keeping an eye out, not just for the carts for that moment, but also just around Seisha and Bernie. Just be like, keeping an eye out for her.
And I'm keeping an eye out on specifically the well-being of Orkira and Seisha.
Aw.
I don't care about bugs.
Oh, I care about Seisha getting
Yeah.
snatched by a bug.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Bernie, although I don't know if Orkira knows what Bernie is. So
Oh, he's a big flaming blue horse. It's pretty obvious he is not a natural steed.
I know, but I don't know if she understands.
Oh, okay.
She's never been with a paladin who has summoned their steed.
Oh.
Briv finds his in the wild. And so I don't know if she understands if Bernie dies that it's not like
Got it. Okay.
the worst.
So who's going up?
I am.
Okay.
And I'll
make
be overhead watching out her.
And
Watching
I'm
for her.
Savard.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Well, thank the universe that's you, Seisha, because oh dear. Oh.
Is it all
19.
of us? Oh, just Seisha.
Okay. So as you kind of look over it, and you can see that it is just chunks of it missing from where, as you approach, you watch as the vultures take flight and flee, but you can definitely see the damage that they have done to this thing already. Looking over it, you can see what appears to be sword slashes, scorch marks, burn marks. There's quite a few arrows and crossbow bolts stuck in it.
Okay.
Obvious signs of
some sort of travelers putting it down.
There's
Okay.
definitely a smattering of various types of damage to the hide of this thing from what you can see throughout the carrion damage.
Okay. All right. I will ride back. I'll head back and go up to the first cart, and I'm assuming Orkira kind of swoops down.
Yeah, I'll follow you on over, but I think I'm going to stay overhead at this point, keeping an eye. If the caravan is still moving, I'm still going to watch out for more danger now that I have an idea of what to look for.
Right.
And it looks like it's been a couple of days.
It looks like a couple of days ago, a group of people traveling the road must have come across it and killed it. It had wounds from weaponry and spells. So we'll just keep an eye out.
And you see all of the bully blade mercenaries just kind of look at each other like, yeah, this is why you hire us.
Mm-hmm. And she'll go back to riding around and pulls out her book again.
Vinley, up until this point, has not considered the fact that she is deaf while looking through her familiar. So she'll be keeping great eyes in the sky for the rest of this day.
The advantages of warging, yes.
Not have to listen to Fabian.
Hey, you want hello?
And yeah, you enjoy kind of like almost being in your own world. for the longest time you've been in this state, as everything is so much larger than you, the breeze is much stronger, but it's calm, quiet, a little bit tied to nature.
Is Savard actually riding on Orkira as she flies around, or is he off doing his
Oh,
own?
she when she took control of him, he's like up high in the sky now, just like very slowly through the sky, and comes down to land on a cart when he's catching behind or when he's falling behind. He just lands on her cart, stays there for a little bit, and then I'll even like occasionally bop around to other carts to see what they're talking about. Make sure no one's getting in arguments. Mainly the first cart.
Beyond talking about the different types of woods and Grolfo going into how you can repair a carriage, although it seems very technical and uses a lot of words that make no sense in a way that it should be just, you put the thing in the thing and it works. And very boring conversation.
She takes a particular interest in Bilver's conversations about the toys, because up until this moment she has completely ignored the existence of this man. But hearing him talk about toys and how he gets so happy about it is like making her slightly happy by a proxy. So she spends a little time listening to him talk very loudly about wooden toys.
And he goes on, and you can just feel the joy. And as you all kind of head on a swivel, just looking out, possibly expecting one of these kegs to come bursting out of the ground at any point. Another 12 hours, as you have traveled for 12 hours. Evening begins to take hold over the day as you start to look for suitable camping grounds nearby. And much like every 10 miles or so, you eventually come upon a small little dugout circle nested next to two small grassy knolls. A small scattering of young pines and hardwoods can be seen that can easily be a source for firewood. As the caravan begins to break down, unpack, and set up for camp. Cellarfin, the High Elven Enclave scout, starts to go out to hunt down meat to add to dinner and gather firewood.
What is everybody doing?
I'm gonna join him again.
Binley is going to pre-dinner flower hunt, because doing it at nighttime was stressful. And it led to a bunch of alarms. Granted, flowers and alarms, probably unrelated, but better not take that chance again.
I just want to keep an eye out and make sure everybody's not going to get dragged underground. I'm sure we're probably past that area now, but I don't want to take any chances.
He's really hungry and wants to help prepare food.
I give you a hardtack created food that I've been holding on to. It tastes like beef jerky.
Okay.
Bland beef jerky.
No, I make it taste better with magic.
Oh, okay. Now my stuff tastes bland.
Hey, Vinley.
Oh, what?
Can you make more of Orkira's magic food taste better?
Yeah, let me just double check one thing real fast. Yeah, I can do it for about an hour, so it should tide you over till dinner.
Okay.
Do you want to come help me look for flowers?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Yeah,
let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And they'll go look for flowers.
They go skipping, I don't know. Frolicking.
Oh, good.
And y'all
You
go
said
off. y'all go off skipping, looking for flowers. What were you gonna say, boss?
I said the reset the bear traps along the area, and I would also like to. Can you tell me what I'd have to roll for this? About 20 feet out from the northwest, south, and east portions of the quadrant, if I could pound a thin post into the ground for 2 reasons. One, I want to see if I can catch a tunnel, like a, and if it if this ground goes through too quickly. And 2, if anything goes through it and for some reason we can't see the earth opening, for it to break.
Okay, so you're looking for
ways.
weaknesses in the earth, basically.
And like, if there's something tunneling, but for whatever reason we're not seeing it coming, it smacks into the post, like not
Alright.
stopping it, but just breaking it.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival for the bear traps.
It's gonna be a 1. Yeah, 6.
Okay.
Like shit.
You set them.
I tell everybody where
Best
they
of
are.
your ability.
Best of my ability. Yep.
You think they're pretty good.
And
I'm
then
confident in these bear traps.
make an investigation check.
Sure. That's better. 17.
Not in every corner, but in the northeast area, it does sink in just a little bit easier than it did anywhere else.
I make mention of that to everyone as a potential point that they could come from. And beyond that, that's how I spend my time until evening comes.
All right. And Seisha, you go off with Cellarfin to.
Yes.
Okay. As y'all head off, he kind of looks to you. So, how acquainted with the wilds are you? You did well last night. Hunting and gathering are key to survival when in the wilds, and I'm not sure your Goliath friend.
She grew up in the city.
She needs help here. Lots of help.
She's out here to learn about being out where her people are from. So she's seeking that knowledge. It's all very new to her. I grew up on a farm, so I've had a little experience with hunting rabbits and stuff like that, but certainly nothing near what some of the others in our group have done.
Yeah, and you take your time to make survival checks. You
That's
can make a
15.
survival at advantage
Oh, sweet.
because you're aiding Cellarfin.
Yeah. 15 and a 15. I meant to have a 15.
A 15?
Yep.
Okay. You hunt down 2 feathered landfowl and enough firewood to have a basic fire through the night.
Okay.
As this area is way less wooded than the last place.
Right.
So
If I see Harold alone-ish, I'll come land, because I think, despite the fact that we found this location, and especially after Voss says there's a tunnel nearby, Orkira is kind of on alert, and so has continued to keep an eye out and keeps doing flights, but she'll land when she sees him and say, yeah, I just need a minute. I'll go take another look. Have you thought about more questions you want to ask the Phoenix about that inn that you're looking for?
Well, no.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure my folks are going to be there.
Your parents?
Yeah. You remember the con artists that left me when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a good thing or a bad thing then?
It's a thing.
Is this a thing you'd rather avoid?
No. I mean,
Okay.
yes. No. I shouldn't avoid it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right.
So I don't think there's any questions really to ask other than what stupid scam are they going to try on me before they realize who I am?
Well, do you think they're not going to recognize you at all?
They were high and drunk so often. I have no idea.
I mean, you don't have to hide it. If you
I
want
just
to talk, if you want to talk to them, you can just when we find the place, you can just go and introduce yourself and say what you need to say. This doesn't have to
If
be
we
about
find
them.
the place, and who knows how it'll all play out at the time. I'm trying not to think about it. I got pulled into the ground by an alligator once, and that's all I'm thinking about is that there's giant monsters out here that are like super alligators waiting to yank me under.
Okay, but you can't do anything about those until it happens. But you can at least think about what you want to say to your folks, if you want to say. That's why I asked. That's why I asked if you wanted to avoid it, because I could just not look for it. But I feel like if you asked me to look for it, you probably want to say something, right?
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably look for it.
I'm keeping an eye out, but once again, all we've got is a that way, which is why I figured, clarifying questions could be good. Have you told anybody else that's...
I told Voss.
Why don't you tell everybody else? We could get everybody looking. Maybe they know. Maybe they know where the inn is. Maybe they've heard about it.
No, because I've been with most of them their entire time in the city, and this is nowhere near anywhere they've been.
Yeah.
I'll try. I mean, I can let folks know. I don't know what to say to any of these questions. That when people ask me about my parents and the situation, I don't know what to say. They've not been a part of my life for over a decade. It's just weird to imagine them out there living their lives with no curiosity about how I'm doing or what's going on. I mean, it's not weird, honestly. It makes complete sense. But it's,
I think as far as when people ask you, you say what you just said to me. And as far as if I've learned something, it's I was really lucky to have parents who really loved me. And not everyone had that. But you find family in the people that love you, not in the people that brought you into this world sometimes, right?
That is very true. Wise words.
Well, hard-learned words. Also, you should probably tell everybody, because if they find out in the moment and your parents are assholes, there could be death. There could be killing. You might not want that. Or you might want. I don't know.
No, I don't know. No.
Okay.
I don't want them to get hurt.
I didn't think so, but
con artists. They're not like murderers.
Yeah, but you're our family, and when someone hurts our family, we all tend to get murdery.
I'll talk to Vinley.
Yeah. Then you should talk to everybody. You should definitely.
I'm going to talk to everybody, but I mean, like, if we're talking about murdery, I should probably talk to Vinley because I already hit Voss.
I don't know. I think V and Seisha and Voss and me. I think if anyone hurt you, I mean, people hurt you, and I made things set on fire. So
yeah, I remember the entire floor and everything, really.
I mean, they all deserved it.
Yeah, those guys got exactly what was coming to them. I'm not trying to downplay that, but yeah, that whole floor.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. No one insults your coat in front of me.
Now I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know to dial it back, even if they're threatening to kill us.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's good to know. So yeah, you should probably just let people know.
Yeah,
and then I can get help finding the place, and then maybe they'll have better suggestions than me on what to say, because I can help you find stuff. But after that, I'm not much help.
That's a good point. I should just be honest with them.
Yeah.
Why is it so easy to lie, and then it's so much harder to say how things really are?
Well, because when you're lying, you get to make up whatever it is you want to say. And when you're telling the truth, you don't have a choice.
So much better freeform.
And you're also really good at lying. I mean, I can never tell. And I appreciate it when you say that you're lying immediately, because I'll just believe it.
I know. That's why I never like to. I try never to lie to anybody that doesn't deserve it. But even I kind of cheese that sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. I'm I'll let them know soon.
Okay, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. I'll take another look around.
Thanks, Orkira.
It's all right. At least it's nice and warm today, right?
And she'll stretch and go take another flight and look around.
As soon as she's like above where he hopes she can't hear him, he's like, it's burning up. As I'm like, just like sweating all over.
How long do you wait for? How far do you wait for me to fly away?
I wait until you are as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
While we're out hunting, I actually have a question for Solorfin.
Yeah.
I have a question. I came across the name of something and I don't know if it's a beast or something worse. And I figured you might have experience hearing of weird and unusual beasts. Have you ever heard of a ninjushi gampo?
Don't believe I have.
Okay. This is something I came across in writings and I was trying to figure out what it is.
I am unfamiliar with it.
Okay.
Not a beast of anything that I have read about or studied.
Okay.
At least not in a language I understand.
Got it. Yeah. That's the language I got it in, so I assume that's what it's known as, but thanks.
Sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Well, it rules out some things, so that is helpful.
That's all. Why are they having a conversation?
They're just really impressed at the way that you just rattled that name off of the top of your head.
There's a pronunciation next to it.
listen, even with the pronunciation, that was still really impressive. It's just like
That was for something completely different, not even anything related to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got an 11 to find flowers with V.
Okay. As you're going around, you see most of the ones that you found already from the previous night, as most of these fields have the same flowers.
I pretend like I know what I'm talking about because I've seen them before, the day before.
And then V comes up holding a bundle of flowers that you haven't seen, and they're like conical in shape. They almost look like coniferous, like pine trees, but they're purple.
Yeah.
Do
They're
not
real
let
cool.
Harold see those.
Oh, you think I'll eat them?
I don't know what he would do with them
Ooh.
at this point.
I could make a crown for him.
Could I have one of those? Just one.
Yeah, sure. And she hands you one, and then she decides to start. She does actually, in fact, want to make a like weird purple flower crown.
I've
And
made
they
many of these growing up. I can probably help her.
And yeah, they have long enough stems to do so. However, they're not, because the flower itself bundle is long. It will be a crown with like these long, droopy, bouncy cones of flowers.
Almost like wisteria kind of draping down.
It's
like wisteria flowers. They're called what?
Lupin. L-U-P-I.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what those are.
I know what those are actually too. The only thing
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, those remind me of wisteria. They're just like really stiff wisteria.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna look real weird.
While we're working on the crown, Vinley's going to just abruptly look up at V and say, "You like Rainier a lot."
Yeah.
How did you know?
What do you mean?
Well, so y'all don't really know each other very well, but you're very close, and very physical with each other, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but how how did you know to take a step in that direction? Or
You mean like towards dating, or like us like kissing, or like hand holding? Like, what do you mean? What step? Which step? There was multiple steps.
all of them.
All of them. Okay. Well, Renair made it really easy by asking if I wanted to do something. So luckily I didn't have to approach him with that. I don't know. You just sort of talk to each other, and if you like, and if it clicks, it clicks, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. It's
But
so hard to explain. I didn't really like think. I don't know. It just sort of comes naturally, but I guess it's not something that comes naturally to everybody.
So
I think it's different for everyone.
huh.
But
Hypothetically,
okay.
If someone was having an emotional feeling towards another person, and it was nice.
Positive? Okay.
Yes, it's nice, and they made you feel safe.
Okay.
But there's also a person that makes you feel not scared, but powerful and confident. But they both hypothetically make this person feel very powerful and somewhat happy. How does one approach
There's two.
hypothetically?
Hypothetically. Would
Hypothetically.
you rather be with someone who makes you feel secure and safe, or would you rather be with someone who makes you feel dangerous and exciting? Well, I don't know. Dangerous and exciting sounds really fun.
It feels fun.
Yeah.
Being dangerous hasn't been very fun for me in the past, but
Well, what would you be? I mean, well, I guess you're not really looking for anything. Well, if it were me, I would pick exciting and dangerous, because I think that sounds really fun, because I can keep myself safe and secure. But this isn't about me, so sorry.
Hypothetically, in this completely hypothetical scenario,
Well, which one's more fun?
they're both equally very fun
They're both fun. Okay.
in very different ways. And I don't know.
It's okay.
She just starts messing with the flowers again, very uncomfortably. Perhaps I'm just reading too much into everything.
Yeah, I tend to just not think.
Oh, what? How?
But that's how I just kind of make decisions on a whim. It's been working for me so far, but you know.
So you just don't think?
Yeah, I just sort of feel and like do and stuff. I mean, obviously sometimes I think, but when it comes to this kind of thing, I feel like your intuition and instincts are really important. Because I feel like, okay. So like, for example, when I was younger, there was this boy and the other girls, my peers or whatever, at this stupid party. I was like 12, like told me that I should like him, and I had never considered him before. And I was so in my head about it that I was like, I don't even know if I like him or if like other people told me to. And I like kind of convinced myself that I did. But I realized that since I had to think about it so hard, that it probably wasn't anything. Like I'm thinking too hard about it, you know? Like if I have to think super hard about it, then
it probably shouldn't happen.
yeah. If that makes sense.
It actually does. Kind of.
Okay.
Well, we're under the looming threat of giant insects ripping us apart. We should probably head back to the group.
Yeah. And she's already like scratching her shin.
As you make your way back,
Cellarfin actually stops you, Seisha.
yeah. As you guys are making your way back towards carrying the game that you got and the wood.
Mhm.
So, you said you grew up on a farm.
Yes. Well,
What do you know? What do you know about the Emerald Enclave?
I know that it is a group that can be found. They have people in Waterdeep, and it's sort of devoted towards preserving nature. That's about the extent of my knowledge.
We are here to ensure the longevity of the natural world, and we help maintain the balance within. It must be respected and preserved. In order to keep the balance, any and all things that seek to upset that balance must be destroyed. But nature itself can be harsh and cruel, but not all are fit enough to survive it. It's our duty to also help those survive who would not without assistance.
And you watch his eyes just kind of loom over to the large woman of your party.
Yeah, I know. She's got a really good heart.
Would you ever consider joining?
Me? Oh,
You have a respect for nature. You're quite good at finding your way in the wilderness.
well, thank you. I hadn't considered it before. I mean, I plan to spend a lot of time in the city. Is that okay?
Nature is not just in the wilderness and wilds.
Right,
Nature is everywhere.
right.
If you're interested, I could perform a ritual with you tonight. Traditionally, it is done on a full moon. However, a new moon marks the end of a cycle, and tonight will be the beginning of Salune's light. I see it fitting, as you are embarking on a new path outside of the city.
This is true.
But it would help show you what it is we do. And if you ever wanted to join higher into the ranks, you would have to fully integrate yourself on the island of Ilagon. But that is not something to be taken lightly. Your oath to this world surpasses yourself. And if that's something that you would want to do, I would be happy to show you. But it is not something that you must decide. I just wanted to offer it. As I said, these past couple nights, I've been impressed with normally one walking around in full plate armor can't move through the brush without snapping everything in its way.
I'm actually really surprised I've been doing so well. Being kind of quiet, moving through the brush. I'm doing a lot better out here than I do in the city.
Well, we are in the wildland, the grassland, so there's not a lot of brush to break through, but what little bit we did, I'm impressed. And you were able to find the game quite well.
I think I would be interested. I think this would be something familiar in a way.
Well, then later tonight, beside the campfire, I will show you, I will open your eyes to nature itself.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And as you make your way back, you see everyone else setting up camp. And Seisha, as you come in, you hear this. And Orkira, you hear this.
With your passive perception, you hear the Athkatlan woman talking to herself, Fro. And as you come back to camp and start setting up, she's been watching you, Seisha, as she seems to whisper under her breath the same phrase over and over again, her eyes shifting towards the shield on your back with intricate tiered layers of concentric circles that raise and lower with multiple overlapping grooves. Mundane stone jeweled rivets line the outside ring, all that encircle a golden emblazoned design of an eye with a red gem in the center. It's almost as if she is staring into the eye of the shield itself, as her words almost feel like a mantra. However, it is not one of peace, but one of hate, as if acidic vitriol punctuated every word. And every time it is hard to feel like it is not spit in your direction, Seisha. Although you can obviously see it is not.
Vicuña regis facit. Vicuña regis facit. Vicuña regis facit. And Seisha, you know those words to echo the ones that are etched into the inside top rim of your shield. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, you remember a moment ago when Orkira talked about how you don't talk nasty to my friends?
She's not talking about a co.
I'm gonna need to do something when we come back.
I'm giving you the heads up. I'm giving you the heads up because we both saw this.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the heads up because you would know this. So.
Yeah. Do I notice that Okira heard this?
Your passives kind of notice each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm now saying that, and we just kind of look at each other.
Yeah, I imagine I'm finishing a couple flights overhead, and you notice I'm about to now land suddenly.
Well, that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. If you have not done so already, please enter #Beyond for your chance to win a player's bundle from D&D Beyond.
Or #Eldritch for your chance to win an Eldritch Foundry miniature. Make sure to do that on the RockPunch ATL's chat. And subscribers are 3 times more likely to win. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
And we're back.
You have me beat by 2 years, Lauren.
Woohoo, I win!
Here we go.
Oh, man.
So good.
I'm watching you. All right, so the group is back on the road. They, along the way, they saw a turtle that worshipped both Lathander and Selûne. They saw the remnants of an Ankeg that had been slayed by another caravan.
A lot of really good talking amongst people, and lots of
about futures,
and
what it truly means, and what organizations to join. But as they made camp at another place, Seisha and Cellarfin, the Emerald Enclave High Elf, went out and gathered some game where they had a conversation about what it means to be a part of the Emerald Enclave, and he offered her a chance to have that experience. And Vinley and V made their way to gather some flowers, and they have these large lupine flower crowns that look like giant purple radiant suns that encircle their heads now. And as everybody else was helping set up camp, Seisha returns, and Orkira and Seisha both heard the Athkatlan woman start whispering to herself, her eyes, as they have always been, glued to Seisha's shield, as she repeats the mantra, Vicuña regis facit.
Seisha, if you want to make a history check.
Yes.
On this
I know I translated it before, but I don't remember how long ago it was. 15?
So, Thoras is the ancient common language, and Vicuña regisha facita directly translate to money makes kings, or more colloquially, Money is power.
Right.
The phrase, as well as the shield you have, were used by an order of knights known as the Knights of the Shield. They were a group of information dealers and political manipulators that operated within the Sword Coasts, land of intrigue, and to the lesser extent of the North for over 1,000 years.
But that is all you get.
And just to be clear, before anything kicks off here, because Rakira doesn't understand what this person is saying, but there's the intent. What's the feeling I'm getting that this person is giving towards the shield and towards Seisha? Like, what's her facial expression?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Also, I'd been forgetting before, but I'm still at a -2, so that's actually a 10.
Okay, 10. You can tell that there's hostility. It's hard to tell if anything will come of it.
Okay.
So as you come down, because I before we left,
Yeah.
said you were coming down.
Yeah. Seisha, do you? Okay. So Orkira had originally been planning on landing in front of Seisha to break eye contact, but landing looking at this woman. But if Seisha is making motions like that, she'll do the same thing, except she'll be facing Seisha, so a less aggressive posture. And she'll land and say, "Yeah, you saw it, right?"
Yeah, I caught that.
Yep.
It's okay.
It's not, but what do you want to do?
It's going to be okay. She's chanting what's written on the shield. It's the mantra of the order that the shield comes from.
The not nice people?
The not nice people.
Is now the time you're gonna want to chat with her?
I was thinking I'd wait until after dinner, but maybe I should do it now. But would you do me a favor? And she takes the shield and hands it to Orkira. Just hold on to that for me for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
And I'll take it. And if Seisha's gonna walk on over, I will. Do I see any of our friends around? Do I see any of the BFGs anywhere close
I mean,
by?
they're all around helping set up camp and everything. So
Okay. I'll if Vinley's the closest, I'll go walking up to Vinley and set the shield down nearby, and angle myself so that I can keep an eye on Seisha and the person she's going to be talking to, but under my breath say,
All right, they're gonna go chat.
No, this is happening now.
Yeah.
She puts down the thing she was working on, helping Demay cook, and just kind of turns and watches this happen. And we'll even send Savard over to like stealthily get close on like one of the caravans.
Make a stealth check for Savard.
I shall. Okay, stealth is +2, and he has advantage. 21.
Yep.
I rolled a 19.
like a thief in the night. Just go and perch up next to the covered wagon, or on the covered wagon.
and just to be clear, I've taken the shield and I've laid it face down on the ground. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm watching this exchange closely, but I've at least put the shield down so it's not visible. You know, the symbol isn't visible anymore.
And as you lay it down, you can see etched into the top half. So when you hold it, etched, looking back at you, is the saying of Regis, or Pecunia Regis Faciuta.
Do I know if casting Mending on that will get rid of the etching?
You know it will not.
I know,
because it's
okay.
part of the forging, yeah.
All right, what are you doing,
Going
Cedric?
to approach Fro.
All right. As you go to approach her, it is obvious she wants none of it as she yells out,
Vi Libertatis!
Drawing her blade and shield defensively. You can see rage and panic begin to settle in her eyes like a caged animal surrounded and backed into a corner as you watch her eyes dart around at everyone. Boss, you recognize her words as a mantra the crowd of
Katla would echo out in the gladiatorial pits, meaning freedom through force.
I stop what I'm doing. I watch. I do not intervene yet,
All right.
but I concoct something in my head in case I need to.
Whoever is engaging in this, I need you to roll initiative.
Just for turn order for now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can I roll initiative, but like hold it, like not do anything?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
And Goblin, just to let you know, you do not have advantage on your initiative.
I know.
Okay.
Yep, I know.
Oh God,
I got a 10.
got a 5.
15.
15 as well.
I guess I'll also roll. I was helping with food stuff too, watching Finley walk away.
Okay.
So
All right, so 25 to 20. Anybody? 20 to 15.
19.
15.
15. I think I go before you, Harold.
Yep.
With the new information.
15 to 10.
You definitely go before me, yeah.
Yeah.
10. Sorry, 10.
Okay.
What'd you get?
10 to 5.
I got a 5. Oh no.
5 to 0. A 4. Coming strong.
You're muted, by the way.
That cleric initiative coming in strong.
Oh,
Coming in
yeah.
strong. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed I got double digits.
And if you are not
Fortune.
engaging and you're just watching, that's fine. If you do want to do something on your turn, just let us know. V, it is your turn. Are you doing anything other than just watching how this plays out?
I'm just watching because what happened was Vinley stood up and walked away, and V didn't move. She just was watching from
Okay.
afar because she's like, "What's happening?"
Okay. Voss, you said you're just starting to plan something.
So I want to do this stealthily, and I'm only gonna do it if she attempts a direct attack or tries to like kill Seisha. Knowing what she is, I put my hand on my whip and I am ready to crack it in the air as loud as I possibly can if she does that, to essentially unnerve the fuck out of her. And hopefully whatever action she's doing, but I want to do this away because I don't want her to know that I look good at this.
Okay. So kind of more so.
Holding an intimidation check, I guess, would be what I'm doing.
Yeah, but we'll do that when your held action goes off.
Yeah. Otherwise,
and-
nothing else.
Yep. So you position yourself to obscure direct line of sight,
Mhm.
but definitely close enough so that anyone can hear the crack of the whip.
Yes.
Harold.
So does she seem like she's like losing control, or is she just getting louder, or?
So she looks panicked. It looks like she's been holding off on this feeling for a long time, and she perceived herself to be whispering to herself, and then was approached by the person that she did not want to approach her. So she instinctively pulled sword and shield, and you can tell that she's very defensive right now.
Okay, this is, I should be pretty good at this. I stopped trying to just terribly put together this tent that everybody is very frustrated with Harold now because he's been trying with the one tent the entire time they've been setting up camp. And he kind of throws the sticks down. He's like, "Yeah, it was a stupid stick anyway." And I go walking over and I calmly lift both my hands and I am saying,
Harold, I've got this.
and I will hold action to let Seisha do her thing, and if Seisha, if what Seisha's doing is not helping, I will try to, I will use my action. Can I use a bonus action?
Absolutely.
I'll give you Bardic Inspiration, Seisha. I'll be like,
Thank you.
I will back up, and I'll be like, hey, there's nobody I trust more with this situation than you. Do your thing, and I will give you Bardic Inspiration. And if assuming that her thing doesn't work, I will also try to talk her down.
Okay. So holding action to speak to basically back Seisha up. Got it.
Correct. Thank you.
It is Fro's turn.
And you see her still defensively, and then looks you over, Seisha, and then looks at how everyone else is treating you. And what's your passive insight?
Passive insight is 17.
17.
That's my passive perception.
And you can tell that she's putting things together that may not be true, as it looks like you're commanding this situation.
Right.
And very shakily she goes, "You're a knight of the shield.
No, I'm not.
You may see yourself to be a master over others, but I know you are nothing more than a slave to the gold and the hidden lord you serve."
I'm not. I recovered that shield in the lair of the Xanathar. You know more about what it means than I do.
And it's your turn, Seisha, so go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I will let you now know that you are involved in a skill challenge.
Okay.
And there will be things affecting your rolls depending on what you say.
I'd like to use that once per day reroll.
Of course you can. You are blessed now by Salune's light, even though it is very faint. It's still watching over you.
That's an 18.
18?
Is that with my inspiration?
Nope.
Okay, you're saving it?
Yep.
Legit.
Okay.
Who's to say you don't want to work for the Xanathar and you are just lying?
Are you familiar with the spell Zone of Truth?
I am.
I can cast that on us, and you will know that I'm not lying.
I do not trust you.
Is there anything I can do to make you at least hear me out?
And we're going to move to Vinley.
I lean over and whisper to Orkira, perhaps you should offer to do the Zone of Truth. It might help. And I just say that, and I'm gonna have Savard slowly inch forward, closer to Fro from behind her.
Okay.
Not like flying, but like literally just crawling towards her.
Okay.
Let me see. What's his walking speed? 5 feet.
A little bit at a time.
So maybe he'll fly to the ground and then crawl. Yeah, and that's my turn. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I will. No, because to hold a spell, I have to start casting it. So no, I'm not gonna hold anything. I'm just gonna hold off for now. Let Seisha handle this.
All right. And Okira, it is now your turn.
How far away are they from me?
I mean, like 10, 15 feet, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I was
Sorry.
saying 15, yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly how far. I will with a foot, because I don't want to pick the shield back up, but with a foot I'll just kind of push the shield over to Vinley, because I'm not going to pick it back up and take it with me. And then I'll look over at the two of them and say, I don't know if you trust me, but I can cast it too.
I'm gonna step on the shield too. Like when she kicks it over to me, I'm just gonna put my foot down on it.
Orkira, make a persuasion check.
Okay. It's a 10. It's a little more matter of fact than I wanted, so.
There is hesitation as she looks to you and then looks back towards Seisha.
Magic is just more power.
And we don't have to use it.
And yeah, if she's unwilling, I will not cast it. I will stay there and hold my action in case fighting breaks out to cast healing on Seisha, but I won't do anything.
And Voss, I'm reminding you because this happened literally yesterday. you remember that Afkatla has strict laws against any use of magic.
One of its few redeeming values.
It's Vivas and Harold. Before we get back to Fro, if you're doing anything else that changes from the last time, Harold,
Did I make a stealth check?
You can.
Conceal my presence. I know I'm out of line of sight, but just to double up on it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see that this might be kind of urgent. This how Stacia like dropped the shield and stuff and whatever and kick it. And I was like, so V's gonna get up and be like, hey, what's going on, guys?
18.
And before you go on the quote unquote layer action, you see all of the bodyguards stand ready and protect the carriages that they are designated to without getting involved.
Do your job.
Yeah, you can see Fabian tries to come up and calm it down, but unfortunately the only thing you hear is yes.
Okay. It's okay.
Fabian, I think you need a doctor. Come here.
He kind of shakes his head and stays with the cart.
Fro,
You carry the shield, either knowingly ignorant or willfully uncaring of the history it carries and the pain it has caused.
The knowledge I have is limited. I didn't realize that it was something as dire as I've come to realize since meeting you. No one I know has ever encountered them. And the information is limited. I would actually like to talk to you about it so that I could understand what this is.
Understand. You have no idea what it's like to live under the eye of that shield. The eye that looks down upon so many, strips them of everything. The eye that turns people into nothing more than fistfuls of golden-eyed coins they use to trade and control us.
I didn't know that. The extent of the knowledge that I have is that it's a very old order of knights who prize money above all else. Money is power sort of thing.
Money is power.
I didn't know that they bound people like this.
Then what could you ever understand?
I can't understand, but I can empathize and I can learn. And I can certainly not continue using this shield.
Go ahead and make another persuasion roll.
I'm going to use that bardic inspiration. The D8.
Yes, it is a D8.
16.
What'd you roll?
10 and a 6.
Hey, all right.
You can see that despite your words, it does not seem to be breaking through to her. The hold that the shield has over her seems to be something you're starting to realize mirrored in Alpha League when she looked at Voss.
Bro, I didn't know. I was ignorant. I didn't think I was, but that just shows how deep my ignorance was.
And we're going to move on to Vinley.
And Orkira, are you guys doing anything else other than just continuing to watch?
Savard gets closer to Fro.
Got it? And I'd say that Savard is right under Fro now, behind her. As
What
she
kind
was
of clothes
getting her-
is she wearing?
She's wearing a studded leather armor.
Could I get Savard to just land on the back of her armor?
Sure.
Like just fly up and land on the back of her armor?
Yeah. No need to roll anything. We're going off your old stealth. I'm not sure if anyone's ever felt a butterfly land on their studded armor, but you're not going to feel it.
Not so much.
As Vinley has turned into an orb.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no.
That's what happens when she wargs. Orb.
My computer is fully freaking out right now.
She just
Oh,
turns
good
into
time.
a bubble.
Yeah.
Or Kira, you doing anything?
With my brief moment with this shield, even though it's now on the ground and a few feet away, did I see enough of what it was made out of? And I know it's a magic shield, right?
Yes.
Do I know? Is there any easy way to deface it?
It can be defaced. It will not. You also know. You have to make an Arcana check. But
Okay. Yeah.
if it will, you'll have to. It can be defaced. I'll let you know that. But you won't. You don't know if it will remove its magical abilities unless you make an Arcana check.
I'll make the Arcana check just because it's funny, but I will say all Orkira cares about is the symbol. I think she's reading into this that it's the symbol that's the symbol of this order, and less the magical properties of the shield. So as long as she knows, she might be able to get rid of that. Her Arcana is a 5, but that doesn't really matter whether.
Yep.
Okay. Do I have a sense? Is this just I can rake some claws, or is this going to take something else in order to remove the symbol from the shield?
It's going to take at least some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But could I potentially do something quickly if I wanted to be like, look, we're going to help remove the symbol?
Oh, doing that, yeah, 100%. That is showing intent of what you are doing, yeah. And we'll let you use that as a persuasion roll. Yep.
Yeah, so I think knowing that she won't pick up the shield, but she'll flip it back over so that the symbol is upright and look at the two of them and shing claws and go, if you don't like this, I'm happy to get rid of it, and do a scratch across this symbol.
For extra emphasis, can Vinley like take her foot off the shield and then place her foot down and flip it back over as Orkira reaches for it?
Yeah, of course.
Like to show that even Vinley, the person who is really rude and threatening to Fro, does not care about the shield.
Yeah, you're basically disrespecting the shield itself.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to smash it.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't actually break the shield, since I kind of need it.
Oh yeah.
It's totally out of game. I'm just saying.
I thought you said you didn't want to use it anymore.
You did say that out loud. I'll say that.
I did say I wouldn't use it.
What's your first impulse?
So
Hey, I'm gonna smash it!
Fixed at an armor shop in Daggerford.
If it helps, I'm currently raking my claws across it, so I don't know if you want to smash it right while my claws are across it. But
Nope.
if you come at it, I'll move out of the way.
So Vinley flips it. Arkira, you walk up, keeping eye contact with Fro, and just rake your claws across the front of this shield. And it is arcane in nature, which means it is finely crafted. And you put as much force as you can into it, and they are small scratches. But you can see her head tilt in confusion. And she then looks back towards Seisha and go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Me?
Yes, okay.
Oh, okay. Persuasion.
Could I have assisted her? Like,
Please? Do it.
What is it?
All right, so I rolled a natural 1, which gives me a 9. I'm at a -2 right now, so that's a 7. But do I maybe get advantage because Vinley helped me flip the shield?
Sure, you guys were working together in that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
This is a metal shield, right?
That's-
Not like a...
Yeah.
Technically better. That's a 12.
Baby shield, this sucks.
I didn't.
No, that's just Katie.
I know.
"No, my baby.
I'd be so upset if this was a wand.
But right now, this shield is hurting you.
Your wand
And so,
abomination.
shing!
V, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Smash it.
All right.
Because
Bring-
Seisha said she wasn't going to use it anymore.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll against it.
So I'll be like, okay, stand back. Let's just break it. Get rid of this issue.
Prone.
Yeah,
It's prone.
This shield
It's
is
prone and restrained by Vinley.
Oh my.
Hey!
You bring your sword down on this, and you actually watch as it slams into the ruby that is the center of the eye, and you watch as this ruby shatters into 1,000 pieces as it just explodes out, and you leave this dent in this gash into the front face of the shield. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. And
Also, I just want everyone to know Seisha is not allowed to have shields that aren't dented.
13. And she goes, there, I fixed it.
And you can see a tear roll down Fro's face. And then looks directly back at you, Seisha. And is going to insight you. What is your feelings after your... Let's see... Yeah, that's good.
Sad about the magic.
I know what your out of play feelings are.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 17 on insight. Your feelings on what just happened.
I'm trying to think of how to verbalize it. She is fine with the destruction of the shield. She is concerned with what has happened to Fro. Her concern is the pain Fro is experiencing, not the loss of the shield.
Okay. And reading that on your face, you watch as the sword and shield she is holding both clatter to the ground. If you're truly not part of the order, help me remove the words etched into it.
Absolutely. And she'll go gather the shield up and come back over to Fro and hold it out. This is yours to do. This holds meaning for you, and it's important for you to do it.
Thank you. And throughout the rest of the night, you see her just take a dagger and just very methodically, just slowly etch out the words and then carve 3 new ones into it.
Can I hand her my ritual dagger because it's a lot sharper? Because it's made for cutting a lot of really sharp.
No, let her do this. Let her do this her way, herself. This is her. This doesn't involve us.
I have a fire tooth dagger.
This doesn't involve us.
Okay.
Just be easier on the
It-
hands.
This doesn't involve us. This is a personal thing for her.
And she carves Libertas, Veritas, Aquatas, which translates to freedom, truth, and justice. It is now yours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure to work those words from now on.
I much prefer seeing these in my gaze, especially with my new understanding. Thank you, Fro.
It seems that we have gotten off on the wrong foot. I'm Frowina Hellis. Most people call me Fro.
Frowina, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Seisha Valisward.
V.
She kind of like cocks her eye over towards your direction.
Oh, I thought we were introducing each other. I'm sorry.
And then she stands up and gestures with a nod towards all of you, and you introduce yourselves if you so wish.
And
Yeah.
and the
Orkira
final
definitely will, but there's a moment in where, because she's stopped paying so close of attention once the tension has passed and everything's fine, where she's looking at the destroyed bits of the ruby on the ground and is contemplating gathering up the
Fix it.
pieces. Well, was it a ruby that was when it was together?
There's a giant ruby.
Yeah, was it worth 25,000 gold pieces?
It wasn't worth that much. No.
Then she'll like eye them and do the quick appraisal and be like, oh, no, that's not enough. Hi, Orkira. Sorry about the magic thing before.
And Vinley will walk up to her and offer a hand to shake. Use your gloves on. And she'll introduce herself as Vinley Galanodel, Senior Grey from the Forest Grey and Priestess of Mistra and Jurgal.
She mumbles to herself how she's got to come up with some titles.
And Vinley, if Fro shakes her hand, will reach around her and grab Savard off of her back and be like, you can never be too careful.
You see a little, like, disdain kind of look at you with that.
I just smile and then walk away.
V, when you say that, Orkira is going to grin over you and very quietly say, like, just be careful you get the right titles. That's the important part.
Okay. What are the wrong ones?
Oh, Destroyer of Worlds.
I don't think I'm capable of that, but thank you. I'm flattered.
You never know until you do.
I guess so.
I would imagine Harold probably attempted to introduce himself to her at the beginning of the journey. Would that have been possible, or would she have been like the whole group of us is like no?
Say again.
I said that I would imagine at the beginning of the journey, Harold probably would have tried to introduce himself to her, but I don't know if like
she has been like lip sealed.
Got it. Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, I'll come up. I'll introduce myself. Be like Harold Hovelton. I no cool titles. I'm just I play the accordion. You can probably hear me.
Yeah, he's really good.
Voss, do you introduce yourself?
I just say Bill, and that's it.
Okay. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. Forgive me for my trespasses.
There's nothing to forgive.
I just wish we had done all this like a day or two earlier because today has been really awkward.
Or like
Yeah, sorry Vinley threatened you.
Whoa.
We just found out about it today.
And Desdrian comes up. I'm just glad that it all worked out because, frankly, I'd hate to have subdued both of you, put you in timeout.
I'm glad it didn't come to that.
Let's get drunk.
Would you join me for dinner?
Did you ask Fro?
Yeah. Would you join me for dinner?
Yes, maybe we can share stories.
I'd like that.
Music time, and I will play music as we all get to drinking and eating.
Oh, Harold, we brought you this, and it's one of the giant flower crowns.
It's perfect.
Yes, it's wonderful.
We made it together. She taught me how. Look, and like it's like really spiky. Like we got it to like be super tall, spiky.
Oh
my!
Perfect.
Together into a cup.
My head feels weighed down.
As you go to put it on, your hat morphs into just a cone hat, like just like a dunce hat, and then the flower crown goes over it and hangs off the sides.
Perfect. Even the
it's
hat.
Not a floral gnome hat now, is what you're saying.
There's a little acorn at the top.
I was gonna say there's a spiral to the hat, and there's an imagery of acorns that go. All
to the top of a little acorn. Like, okay, he'll put it on and just like it is perfect. Thank you.
So she just looks at Fro. These are my friends. Yeah.
Now I shall play everyone the Ballad of the Pants. Da-da-da!
Vinley's
He'll
gonna
reply and say, "It's good to have friends."
It is.
Continue.
Vinley's gonna step away behind like a cart to get a moment of silence to send a sending.
Okay.
To follow Lafalier.
Okay.
Hey, second night on the road. I haven't found any of the cool flowers yet, but I have managed to find some pretty good ones. Just checking in. We almost fought someone, and then that's where it ends.
And then after a moment, there's a reply. It is good to hear that you are well. I hope you are safe. Try not to cause too much trouble. And I'd love to hear about all of the... And then it cuts off.
Cool. All of the flowers. Yes. Vinley fills in the rest of that sentence in
Yep.
her head.
Yep.
And then just rejoins and slides right back in next to Friend, who was holding her spot.
Okay.
And over the night, you, or over dinner, you share in, it's almost like a chicken pot pie, but made with the land fowl that was gathered up and all cooked in a Dutch oven iron pan over the fire.
Yummy.
It's there is no apple fritters or any dessert tonight, since there's nothing that was available.
Mhm.
But you and Fro share some stories, and a lot of hers are more so just about the different fights that she's been in, and you learn a little bit about Athkatla, about how it does not like magic. There are very, very, very few that have the power to use it, but they have a permit. They typically are the worst people amongst those within the city.
Mhm.
And you feel like there's a slight longing to return there for some reason, but you never get her to admit why.
Got it.
But once that is all done and everybody starts cleaning up, you are approached by the High Elf member of the Emerald Enclave.
Now that all of that excitement is out of the way, I guess I should ask you, Seisha, if you are willing to see what the ranks of the Emerald Enclave are about.
I am.
This is most often done by a master of the wild, under the full radiant glow of Salune and her tears. Presently, you only have me, Autumn Reaver Selorfin Rayoval. This will be an informal induction, or ritualist, not necessarily induction, but just a visualization, if you will. And if you are interested, you can speak at our base of operation in Washington, in the southern loop, Falcon Manor. And you can be counted amongst the circle of initiates as a spring warden, if you so wish. But, as I said, if you wish to continue the path, you'll be guided by nature. I suggest seeking the wisdom of a master of the wild. But for those that wish to join, come sit with us in the adjacent field, please.
And who all is coming?
I don't want to join the Emerald Enclave, but can I come and watch?
Of course.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. I'll come watch.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I want to do what they do, and you guys.
Usually Vinley would be totally down for a ritual, but she is abstaining from this one and not giving
Yeah.
a reason why.
Oh, crazy.
All right.
No.
Fair enough. The High Elven man takes a torch and holds it to the fire, letting it ignite and flame before escorting you off and away from the camp. The sounds of laughter and stories being told fades away until you are far enough away that it's only a faint light in the distance, roughly about 300 feet. You only see the soft glow peeking over the mound of earth that encircles your encampment. He then digs a small hole and sticks the torch into the ground, buried deep enough so it stands on its own, providing soft firelight that flickers in the gentle breeze. He then gestures to you, Seisha, to sit on the opposite side of the fire from him. Do you sit?
Yes.
Okay. And as you sit, you see that his face is obscured by the waving fire, making it difficult to focus on him.
Do not focus on me. This is about you and your connection to the Earth Mother. For now, focus on the flame. Breathe calmly and slowly. Meditate on your surroundings as we begin. Firstly, what do you believe to be your anchor to nature? How does it speak to you?
When I'm out in nature, especially on my own, I feel like I'm more than myself. It's like there's this incredible rhythm that just passes around me, and I feel myself get swept up in it. And I just float off onto it. It's almost like a song in the sounds that carry through, whether it's the sound of the wind rustling through grasses or that quiet sound that the snow makes when everything's silent and the world is muted and you just hear that crisp little fall as the snow impacts on the ground. And it's almost like a little drumming. It's the sounds.
Good. Now focus your eyes. Now close your eyes and focus on that. I'm going to burn a few of these plants and herbs here, and you will inhale them if that's okay with you. It is harmless, so do not fight against the effects.
Oh, okay.
Just connect your mind to the nature around you. That will help you understand. Now, close your eyes. Breathe slow and deep while we walk through nature.
You feel the wind blow past you as you notice he has positioned you to be downwind from him. You hear the slight crackling of something burning before a sharp, smoky, pungent, aromatic vapor fills your nostrils. Do you allow the effects to take hold?
Yes.
Okay. It isn't long before you feel lightheaded, dizzy, and although your eyes are closed, you can feel your vision being blurred, but you do not fade from consciousness.
Feel the soft grass and hard earth beneath you. Feel the wind wash over you and enter you with each breath. Feel the warmth of the sun fading and the chill of the night mingle with the soothing heat of the flame nearby. Listen to the crackle of the fire burning the wood in front of you. Listen to the sounds of the rustling grass and leaves. Hear the bugs, the birds, the frogs, and all the other creatures begging to play music for the night. Smell the sweet scent of field flowers mixing with the sharp scent of grass. Now breathe in deep and let your mind fade away. Now open your eyes.
As Seisha opens her eyes, you all see they have faded to a pale green that shimmers with an iridescence in the firelight but seems completely unharmed. Although her senses do not seem to perceive you or her current surroundings in any way, much like to the effects of Vinley entering Savard. However, Seisha, what you see is something else entirely.
You open your eyes. You are standing in the middle of a lush forest. You watch from a clearing as a doe and a fawn drink from a stream. It's peaceful. Make me a persuasion or a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 11.
You hear a noise behind you, and as you turn around, a large wolf moves out of the brush, ready to pounce. But it does not look like it's going for you. What do?
I watch.
You wait and watch.
As the wolf lunges, the doe, seeing it at the last moment, moves to protect its fawn as it collides with the wolf. At that moment, the fawn dashes away, escaping, as its mother breathes its last breath as the wolf brings it down. Your vision shifts as you now follow the beast that drags the corpse of the deer through the forest to a cave where you see a pack of wolf cubs who yip in excitement as they tear into the deer flesh.
You are correct. We do nothing to interfere as nature is formed through balance. The doe and her fawn are but prey to the wolf. And the wolf, by killing the doe, will be able to feed her cubs. That is the way of nature, and we must respect and preserve it in all of its forms.
Everything fades as another vision comes forth. Your eyes reopen and adjust. And this time, you kneel in a cleared forest. It's a mass of humans and humanoids cut down trees all around you. There's barren openness, just leaving stumps in their wake. And in your hand, you feel something. It feels stiff, but soft as you unravel it. And you see that you hold a firestorm scroll in your hand, and you feel like you could use it. What do?
She looks up at the people and closes her hand around the scroll. And just continues to watch.
You watch as the forest around you is completely cleared away. Nothing left. Just a barren earth to make way for a city as all the animals and vegetation are destroyed.
If you do nothing when expansion happens, then the world will be consumed and balance will be off.
But did you not say that there is nature in a city as well?
We must control expansion so that it does not throw off balance. And your vision fades to black.
And with your words, there's something strange that feels connected to them. As you look at your eyes open again, and you look at an alien world, a world of giants, full of oversized objects, you go to realize that you have no normal body as you know it to be, but instead have multiple tiny legs. As you inch your way across the hardened stone sidewalk, you are a caterpillar, slowly, painstakingly making your way across Troll Skull Alley. It will take you a 10-day to get to your home in the tree in front of the spirits of Troll Skull, where you soon will cocoon. Soon you will blossom into a beautiful butterfly.
Nature is not just in the wilds and wilderness, but everywhere. Remember this. The city is not nature. What resides is. Once again, your vision fades to black.
You open your eyes. You are high in the sky, higher than you've ever been before. And down below, everything is more so just green. You see a small town, people wandering around, and a few trees scattered around the hamlet. You are not a creature. You are a force of nature. You are the pouring rain and lightning all around them. You can feel the unbridled power of the elements, the raw power of nature in your grasp. You know that with just a thought, you could kill anyone you see down below, destroy anything. Yet you feel no evil, no intention to hurt anyone or anything. But with a fleeting thought, a lightning strikes a tree as it ignites into flames, seemingly unprovoked from your violence. It just is.
And as you watch the flames engulf the forest, burning it, nature is all-powerful, but has no evil plans. Sometimes things just need to be destroyed so new things can grow. It is balance.
And with that, your vision fades as you all watch the iridescent green paleness just wash away from her eyes. And you see Celerfin looking at you through the flame with a smile.
The Emerald Enclave is there to keep balance and make sure that those which would throw it out of balance are maintained and controlled. For if nature is consumed, the world will fall. But also nature can consume the world. There is no life without death. There is no lightness without darkness. No law without chaos. That is nature. A perfect balance of neutrality. And that is where we and the Emerald Enclave stand.
Are the mortals considered part of nature?
It depends on what they do to nature. Or if they abuse their power, then they must be snuffed out so that they may grow fresh again. Just like the forest fire burns away the brush so that green grass may grow in its place.
The second vision, it sticks with me. If there's to be a balance between the mortal world and nature, then there has to be conflict between them. I don't quite understand how you see the line drawn between what is an acceptable amount of destruction and what's too much.
We are here to use what nature provides, but it is not for us to use it all and destroy otherwise. The vision that you saw was not a small clearing, but an entire forest laid down, an entire ecosystem completely demolished and destroyed. That is where balance is thrown off.
I see. Thank you.
He nods. Thank you for allowing me to bestow the knowledge of what we do. We are in cities to not just recruit, but maintain the parks and what nature lies within the cities. But you can find us more so, and he kind of just gestures, all throughout Toru, protecting.
How will I know that someone is a member of the Enclave?
And you see him kind of pull his cloak back, and you see a brass medallion in the shape of a leaf with a stag head etched into it.
Any who bear this symbol is a member of the Enclave. And if you show respect to the land you walk, they will aid you.
Thank you, Selfrin. I am feeling very centered and very at peace right now. It's been a while since I felt that. Thank you.
Remember that as you continue on your journey, when you walk new lands that you have never stepped foot in, and know that though they may be unwalked to you, they are teeming with life that have lived there far beyond the first day you took a breath.
I understand.
And we should get back. We should set watches. It is getting late.
Yes.
We will leave early at first light.
And she'll turn around and look at the group.
That was so cool.
For everybody else, you saw Sellerfin sitting down in front of Seisha, and you only heard his side. You did not see what she saw or anything like that. So
We're just like, Harold just kind of looks at V, and they both are kind of bored this entire time. It's like, great.
Orkira would have tried to see exactly what herbs and stuff got burnt, because she was a healer before she was a cleric, so she was just kind of interested in, yeah. She's not good at this, but she's gonna try. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Yep, that's a 1.
Yeah, you're not sure.
it's a little dark out here.
Yeah. She got distracted by the green eyes, and by the time she looked back, everything was already burnt. And,
He like leans into Harold and goes, and she like whispers, "Did they just get Seisha to do drugs or something?"
It kind of reminded me of that one time in college I told you about, where we all sat in the closet and we were all just kind of like, I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember it was a lot of it, and then I don't remember anything else.
Yeah. The like balloon hands and like seashell.
Right? Yeah, balloon
story.
hands and seashells.
Mr.
Yes.
Balloon hands. I
Mr.
remember that story. Yeah.
That's the one.
I kind of felt like that.
I gotta lean over. Seisha, did you see anybody with balloon hands?
No, but I was a storm.
Oh, it's gotta be the same stuff.
It's gotta be the same stuff. Has to be. Rock on. Good for you.
And there was a caterpillar.
Oh
yeah, definitely the same.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay. And as you all return
and begin to settle down, you all watch as Demay has run a line from the covered wagon to a small tree where she begins hanging the knitted clothes that she was making earlier, as they have been washed and dyed in various colors to have them hang dry. Bilver whistles a jaunty tune as he paints several wooden toys and hangs them along his cart to dry. There are all sorts of fun and unique wooden wind-up toys that are sure to put a smile on a kid's face. The two share a short conversation before an exchange is made, and Demay buys a few small toys from the gnome.
everyone else is finishing up getting ready for bed, sharing a few more stories from the road, although it is far more boring than the night before, as most of it becomes talks about business, where Favian, finally being able to speak again, interjects every so often, trying to hawk another item from Aurora's realm shop. For a moment, they all pause and look towards Orkira, and they ask if you're going to ask any more questions to the fire, as it was wildly fascinating. You understand that some know that it is divine in nature, but others pass it off as a parlor trick and arcane magic, but everyone seems wildly enthralled by it nonetheless.
And Orkira's followed everybody back to the camp and is looking incredibly tired. I think she overextended herself today with all the flying around and all the keeping an eye on things, and she had been recovering from a couple days ago and now is just kind of looking a little weary. And then noticing that, she's gonna square her shoulders and yeah, I did have a couple of questions I was thinking about. And she'll look over at her friends and say, was there anything in specific you wanted? I actually had two I was gonna ask in specific. And then she'll look directly at Harold and say, well, one, if you're okay with it, if you've already had a chance to chat with some people.
What did we have to chat about?
Oh, Harold's going to turn and look at them. Thank you, Orkira, for that.
Why don't you all go have a chat? It's going to take me a little bit to get set up. And she'll distract the rest of the caravan by sitting in front of the bonfire, and the 10-minute ritual to cast commune will suddenly take just as long as it needs to so the Herald can go talk to everybody else.
Oh, I assure you this won't take 10 minutes.
It probably won't, but just in case it takes longer than 10 minutes, she will just very methodically be just setting everything up.
Harold will...
Just real quick, while DeMay was hanging up those knitted things to like dry, Vinley was, as like she put it up, turned around, Vinley used prestidigitation to immediately dry the clothing.
And as you do it, and the first one, she actually goes, no. The drying process shrinks them to where they're the right size.
Oh.
They must dry naturally and not through magic.
Puts her hand down, and the little like dust that kind of flies off of her hand when she does prestidigitation just kind of falls to the ground, and she's like, that's something else I need to learn.
And she's like, I appreciate the gesture, but some things require patience.
I know a lot about patience. I just
you see her unclip it and begin to wet it again naturally.
Yeah, and then that conversation happens, and then we walk away with Harold.
So I may not have been as honest as I normally am about things, because I'm a very trustworthy, honest person when I talk to you guys, of course, and I wouldn't lie to you under 90% of circumstances. But that last 10% is very important, and I think we can all agree that last 10% has probably saved the world a couple of times. So, go 10% of lying.
Harold, you're stalling.
Yeah, I am definitely stalling 100%.
Are you okay?
No, yes, I'm fine. But you see, with the inn that I saw in my dream, it's not like some weird coincidence. It's no weird happenstance that I saw this inn. It's probably where my parents are.
Oh.
Right.
I'm sorry. You mean the con artists who abandoned you?
Yes, the one. Yes, the con artists that abandoned me.
Do you want to try to find it?
Yeah. No. I mean, yes. Yeah, but not really. I mean, we don't have to. But
no, we're gonna find it. If you want to find it, we're gonna find it.
What do you wish to accomplish there?
It's called a court above.
Court.
Court above.
I'm sorry.
The rest.
Court above the rest. So it's kind of a
roosters.
A pun.
Yeah, it's. Look, I'm not feeling super great about it.
We'll find it, Harold.
Maybe when we get there, one of us can go in by ourselves and feel out the situation and see if it's hostile or comfortable.
Hostile's not a thing they do. They're not hostile people. They're con artists. They're just trying to take your money.
I meant hostile as in hostile.
Like a place to stay hostile?
Oh. That makes more sense.
I totally thought you meant hostile too.
I did too. I think she did, and she's just covering for it.
Oh, of course not.
Finley.
All right.
Okay. As much as those people fucking suck, it's if it's important to you to go see them or this place, we should go.
Maybe just be like a quick stop. I can go in, I can look and see if they're there. Oh, there they are, and then move on with my life.
I get it, Harold. We're gonna find it.
Yeah, but it's not the same, really, right? Like, because I know that you sort of get it, but
It's
different.
fine to know.
It's different in that I know they did it on purpose.
Yeah, but there's questions that you have that you need answers to.
It hurts when your family abandons you on purpose, but you still hold some sort of affection towards them in some sick way. You feel tied to them still.
I'm not saying I have affection for these people. They're bad people that go around stealing money from anybody they can, getting boozed and drugged up as fast as they can so that they can go throw the nearest party and spend it all in one night. They're not good people that deserve a happy ending or something like that. And I don't give a fuck what their feelings are about me. I just want to make sure that they're breathing and move on with my life, okay?
Yeah. Of course it's okay.
It's not like they give a fuck.
Harold,
I know.
I do get that.
I know.
I mean, this is something you really want to do, but I can't help but feel like there will be no winning no matter the outcome.
It's not about winning or losing. Sometimes you just gotta face the music. Like, come on, let's go make s'mores or something.
Yes.
And Harold just puts on a face right away that everything's totally fine and goes to make s'mores.
Vinley is going to actually hold Harold back. Like, they're all going to turn and walk, and Vinley's going to grab him and pull him into a hug.
Oh, he'll hug her back.
And she's going to whisper in his ear in Elvish, "Sometimes indifference hurts more than hatred. I'm sorry, Harold."
If only it was something as simple as indifference. It was convenience.
Well, hey. We'll both face our parent issues together.
Woohoo! I don't know how woohoo translates into Elvish, but there you go.
Here, I'll say it. Woohoo. Just very bored. And then
during most of the conversation, Orkira has been setting up slowly. Would she have heard most of that conversation? Especially if she was like setting things up, but like actively keeping an ear out.
I think you would have heard the first conversation pretty easily.
Yeah, not the one the whispered one that you just had, but like the basics of everything.
I wasn't trying to be quiet, and I certainly was yelling a lot.
Okay. More importantly, so at about halfway through, when you finally mentioned the name of the inn, as she's finishing setting up everything, she'll turn to whatever of the caravan are around. And in the midst of like the small talk and any questions that they've had about the Phoenix that she's been kind of not really answering, and then all of a sudden she's going to say, "Hey, so are any of you actually from Daggerford?"
They all kind of look around at each other and shake their head no.
No, but a couple of you have been. It sounds like some of you are back and forth.
DeMay speaks up and says that she has, and she lives. She mentions that her home is actually in Shumpert, which is further east, and to make it to Tradesway, has to stop through Daggerford. But it's typically she stops at the caravan. What's the caravan thing?
Oh, Caravan Way.
Caravan Way.
Or Caravan Grounds is the outside.
Yeah,
one.
It's on the outside of the Daggerford.
Okay. Well, you might not know the answer to this. we're only stopping off in Daggerford before we go elsewhere as well, but I figured I'd take a look while I'm there. I heard there was an inn around called A Court Above the Rest, I think. Do you know, have you heard of that place?
They all kind of look around, look at each other, and
Yeah. And then I know you're asking Demay mostly. And she shakes her head. Never heard of it.
I'll lean over to Akira and just say quietly to her, I was like, it's likely if they have this place, they've had it for a couple of months and are planning on ditching it very soon.
I figured it was worth an ask, maybe,
I
without having
appreciate
to ask the Phoenix, you know?
That's fair, yeah.
Oh, hi, everyone's back. Okay, so you got any questions? I guess you want to ask in front of an audience? And she kind of awkwardly looks around at everybody.
There's nothing that I have in mind other than I guess we should check to see if we're still on the right path.
To be honest, I was going to ask the Phoenix if that inn is in Daggerford, but I can ask something else.
No, that's fine. That's okay. That's literally all I care about is location. I don't have any questions about them.
Okay.
I was a kid, but I still remember.
And then she'll stand up and kind of turn her back on the crowd or anyone that's sitting around the fire, and slightly under her breath, but so that both Voss and Seisha can hear, she'll say, I was also going to ask if there was anything specific we need to defeat the Elder Eye, like an item or something.
I know of some that we need to track down. I don't know what their use is, whether it's for a summoning thing or a defeating thing, but I think it's more of a summoning thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I figured I'd start with, is there a specific item we need to defeat the Elder Eye?
Yeah.
But, and then we can kind of start honing in from there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pertinent question.
Probably the dagger that he has.
The dagger of Jin and Thom.
Maybe.
That's one of the items for the summoning, I think.
Well, if I get a yes on the item being the thing, I can ask more specific. Unless there's a third one that anybody's got.
No.
Okay. Are you okay with me asking those questions with everybody? Right
Oh,
here?
I have a third one that's possible, and I'm gonna admit, just for you guys' sake, I've been a little nervous lately since the revelation about our friend in the mask.
Okay.
I was wondering, maybe we should ask if he's following us.
I think that's a really good idea. I think it's a really good idea.
I completely agree. Is there a specific name you want me to use?
He goes by the Harlequin. That is his name.
And you're all okay with me asking this in front of everybody?
Well, if they're going to get massacred by a friend in the mask, they should at least know about it.
I elbow Vinley.
Ow, ow, ow.
I have to elbow you a lot more often than lately. Like than usual. Then fuck it.
It's because we're around strangers more often now.
That's true. Which is weird. Outside of the city, we're around strangers a lot more often.
Wait until we're surrounded by bunnies. That's even stranger.
And she'll turn around without explaining any of that and sit back down in front of the fire and go,
Okay, all right. Okay.
And she will cast Commune.
Once again, the flames ignite and shift into this deep red. And
that feels good. It's been a long day. Hi. Sorry, I have a bit of an audience this time. Apparently you're very popular. Do you happen to know, there's an inn that we're looking for called A Court Above the Rest. Is it in Daggerford?
And almost immediately you watch the red flames dissipate as the regular yellow and orange natural flame takes hold.
Okay, so we know it's not in Daggerford.
Not in Daggerford. All right.
Probably on the way to the mountain then.
Probably.
Well, I got a direction from before, so I'll have to look at a map and maybe we can come up with some more. But that's a later question. Okay. Question number 2. Questions are kind of all over the place today. I got a variety pack. Is there a specific item we need to defeat the Elder Eye?
And you see the flames kind of flicker and mingle as they regrow to accept the question. And again, it all just gets consumed by the natural flame.
But unlike before, instead of just going down, it goes completely out. The flames just completely dissipate.
And Orkira, you're left with a feeling of extreme dread.
And there's a very long moment in where Orkira almost doesn't ask the third question, but asks something else. And you can all see on her face just an extreme worry. Okay.
Well, that's weird. So no items. That's a good thing, right? That means it's not immune to an ass
I
whooping.
don't think that's what that answer was.
Oh.
Like playing hot and cold.
Or Kira, what's wrong? I've
Wait,
never
what is
seen it
it?
like that.
What does
And
that
Harold-
answer mean?
Harold saying that will shake her out of it, and when the flames kind of return to a neutral state, she'll say,
Is the Harlequin following us?
And you watch as they flicker a bit and then dwindle down.
I was kind of hoping he was.
Okay, all right, thanks.
And
Are
then
you okay?
flickers back to the normal fire,
One goes out.
and then
That's the third question.
yeah, but it goes back to regular fire. Okay, the red fades and it goes to the normal campfire that's there.
And it's at this moment while you're sitting there contemplating whether the answers, all three no's in a row, are good or not. That feeling still kind of aching at your mind, Orkira. You see a small group of the caravan kind of walk up towards you. And you can tell through your... What's your passive insight?
mine?
Yes.
Is a 19.
400.
Yeah. You see like hopes that you have answers for them.
Oh, crap. Oh, this is not going to be a fun conversation. Okay. Hi.
And Demay, I was wondering if you had if I could ask a question.
Okay, so I probably should have explained this. I get 3 for sure a day, and then I can try to ask again, but I can't guarantee I'm gonna get an answer. If you want to let me have a night's sleep, I can ask tomorrow morning. But I can't right now, or at least I can try. I just can't guarantee I'm gonna get answers right now.
And standing before you is Fro, Demay, and Bilver. And Bilver goes, I can wait till the morning. That's fine. But you see just a sadness kind of in Fro's eyes. And
I just need to rest. That's it. If you wait until the morning, I promise. First thing in the morning, for sure. Absolutely. I can, the 3 of you, you all got a question each.
I am very accustomed to being either disappointed or not getting what I want. If you could please try.
I tell you what, I'll try. And if the answer is no for now, I will 100% tomorrow morning. Because as I said, it's like a once a day thing. Okay, I'll try.
And let me actually look this up.
I think it's a 25% chance of
I think
failure.
it is.
That we roll.
Okay. Oh. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first.
Yep.
that you get no answer. Okay.
Correct.
The GM makes this roll in secret.
Yep.
Okay. So
If we roll under 25,
It does
nothing
not.
will happen. I
Correct.
will ritually cast it again. So I won't. I will ask them to let me take 10 minutes. So I'll turn to everybody and say,
Yeah. Give me 11 more minutes.
Take all the time you need. I'm gonna stay there with her because I know she's exhausted and she's clearly not emotionally feeling well. And these people are like, "Hey, I got this big pile of questions." So like, I'm going to grab a mug that has a wooden handle, and but is a metal thing, and I'm gonna cast heat metal on the drink, and heat it up enough that it doesn't set the handle on fire. And then set it down beside her so that she can have something warm to drink as soon as she's done.
I'm also going to use prestidigitation to make it taste like hot chocolate with marshmallows melted in it.
Although, yeah, I guess technically not a warm. I should specify that it is scalding, melt your fingerprints off hot.
Yeah.
And in the middle of ritually casting this, she'll give you a nod of thanks and reach over with her claws and grab it by the metal and just be like, all right, we're gonna do this again.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go.
She's never gonna get used to that.
And I will ritually cast commune. Actually, before I do it, I will ask the three of them if it's okay that the questions are asked in public or if we want to do this in private.
The last one to say yes is pro.
But all three of them say yes?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, I will cast commune again virtually and see if I get an answer.
Right.
And whether or not I get an answer, she will out loud say, "Oh, it's me again. Hi. Yeah. As I said, I got a lot of people to help. I hope you're there."
And so one by one, unsure of how it works, they wait for a moment as you watch the flames ignite in a deep red once again. And unsure of how it works, they step forward and ask their questions to the fire.
And as they do that, she will do what a couple of days ago happened with Vinley, in where she will, doesn't often do silent prayer, but since these people are asking it directly to the fire, she will let them and then silently repeat to the Phoenix whatever they ask.
Bilver steps up.
Okay. Great flame. Will we find
Phoenix? The Phoenix.
Phoenix? Will we find good business in Daggerford?
And you watch as the flames flicker bright and dwindle down, and then flicker bright and dwindle down, as it is very unclear.
So sometimes you'll get an answer like that. That just means.
Can I roll a quick insight on him to see like how I think he'll take she wants to tell him this is probably going to depend on you and what you do, but can I do a quick insight to see how he'll accept that answer? Yeah. Okay.
Man, I was hoping.
She doesn't want to lie to these people, but she doesn't want to, it's a 23.
He's pretty jovial and half glass full kind of guy.
Yeah, seems like he'll be pretty understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Future is hard to tell with a lot of stuff like this, and so this is kind of an unclear. It's probably just going to be whatever.
Unclear.
It means.
Apparently, your god has not seen the joys my toys bring.
Well,
I know we'll do well. I don't even know why I asked. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to buy a toy of his later. Okay, who's next?
He didn't seem offended. He was just like, your god doesn't know. It's okay.
He's definitely related to Bilrick.
Amazing.
Okay, who's next?
You see Demay come up and are my husband Gomen and my 9 children happy and healthy?
Oh, that fire better rage.
And she'll ask it silently again.
And as expected, the red fire engulfs the natural flame in a pillar of heatless light.
And with that, with tears down her eyes, she smiles. She just runs up and throws her arms around your waist.
Oh, hi.
Can you tell them Mama will be home soon? Like, not
had no idea how this works. Just
Ask me a little later. I can send a sending if you want. Yeah. Give me a second though. I got number 3.
she backs away and wipes the tears, just giddy as all get out.
You see, waiting patiently but hesitantly is Fro.
Hi.
And you can see her kind of like tracing her fingers over her arms where the scars are that she has earned in battle. I only want to know one thing. Is my brother still alive in Athkatla?
What's his name? If you don't mind me asking.
Ferriman.
And so silently, what Orkira will ask is
Ferriman still alive?
and she's going to leave off the Athkatla simply to get a very clear yes or to try to get a yes or no that's not muddied.
You watch as the flames hesitate for a second before growing brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter.
You see her nod with satisfaction as tears well up, but do not break from her eyes. And you can see determination wash over her with purpose.
And Orkira's going to put the cup down and walk over to her and, like, under her breath, just so that it's private.
I just asked if he was alive because I wanted you to have a yes or no. I didn't ask about the where. If you want me to ask tomorrow to ask where, I can, but I wanted to give you the best chance of getting a yes or no on that, okay?
And she nods and puts a hand on your shoulder. Tomorrow.
Okay.
And then as she walks away, Orkira's just going to stand there and waver a little bit.
Harold's going
She'll
to
walk over and kind of slip under Kira's arm.
Harold, almost in a James Brown manner, takes the jacket and puts it over her wings and shoulders. So yeah, it's doing great, doing great.
You like just end up hanging it off of her horns because
Yeah,
it doesn't quite.
Hey, you want to go sit down?
Yeah, sit would be good.
Yeah.
I'll take the jacket back because I'm just messing around, and I'll just like pat her on the shoulder. I'll get you something hot to drink, okay?
Yeah. No, it was a good day. It was good. I'm just really tired.
Wow.
I haven't had people. I haven't had a lot of people do that before. I guess I should be more careful about. Yeah.
It's okay.
You did good. You're spreading the word of the Phoenix.
I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing. I don't mind people knowing, but it's not like I'm not interested in proselytizing. I just don't want to let people down. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, well, hey, why don't we not let ourselves down and I'll get some rest?
Yeah, sleep would be good.
Fenley, can you come with me for a minute?
Sure. She was like in the middle of casting the tiny hut. She's like, yeah, of course.
And Sisha will take her off to the side.
Normally I have Orkira do this, but she's not really in great condition at the moment. So
Sisha hands you a potion of healing.
just in case.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
She's like adjusting her armor. Yeah, I can help.
Thanks.
And she reaches into her pouch and out of view of the caravan, sits down and pulls out the stone.
Hello, Stone of Golor. What are the last known whereabouts of the Forgotten Silver Truth?
With the what?
And your mind swells with information for a moment as you hear the voice into your mind, and you take 9 points of psychic damage.
But there is a hesitation.
This is knowledge I do not possess, or is too muddied for me to recall and perceive. Seek it out, for now I hunger for this knowledge.
Interesting. Do I get to ask another question, or does that use the one that I get for the day?
That is it for today.
I understand. And she puts the stone away and just kind of grins.
First successful watching. I did good.
You did good. You did great.
Where are they? Whatever the thing you were talking about was.
It doesn't know.
I don't know if that's awesome or horrifying.
I think it's good.
I don't see how.
I think this thing is somehow connected to the Elder Eye. The fact it doesn't know where that item is good, because that means that the Elder Eye probably doesn't know.
That would make sense. They both have very big eye motifs.
Yeah. This is good. This is good news.
Good. Let's go back to.
Yeah, let's get back to the group. Yeah.
And Vinley is just going to, as we turn around, she's going to like hold a piece of paper that she scribbled a note down on back behind her head for Savard to take over to Fro. And we don't have to talk about that right now, but
Okay.
I send a note to Fro.
Okay. I'll make a note.
All right.
Oh, who's taking what watch?
Yep. All right. Just about to ask what watches we got.
Orkira's sleeping the full 8 hours.
Yeah.
No. I'll get up. I'll do the last one like I did last time. I can.
Yeah, for sure. We will let you have the last watch.
Yeah.
I'll take the last watch too.
Yeah. We'll see the sunrise together again. Yeah. That's nice.
I shall take first watch again because I don't have to sleep very long.
Do we want to just stick with the same watches we took last time?
No, let's just do that. I'll stay up.
Okay. Guys, are you good with that?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so Akira, go ahead and lay down and we'll wake you up when it's your turn.
And you look over and she is already asleep. Wherever she is sat down, she is just.
Daisha turns and looks at Venley. We're not waking her
We're
up.
not waking her up, right? Everyone's in agreement. We're not waking her up. Okay.
She's just snoring, and there's like a little bit of drool coming out of one side, and yeah.
Daisha pulls her sleeping bag over and like puts part of it over Orkira again and snuggles up.
And eventually she'll lay down and because she's already asleep, if you're okay with it, her wings would come out and the both of you are just wrapped up in wings.
Sure.
Oh, this is nice.
During my watch, every time I walk by Orkira, I make the sleeping bag and all of her blankets and stuff. I use prestidigitation to make them warm.
Oh.
Like a heated blanket.
Seisha's gonna wake up a sweaty mess. It's 102 inside of this hut, inside of my wings. Yeah.
Yikes.
Sorry, Seisha.
Yeah.
It's my lot in life to suffer.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh god, what is this? Summer in Candlekeep?
Okay, so for first watch, it is Vinley, V, and Doran. Second watch, Harold, Voss, and Fro. Last watch is Orkira, Seisha, Geta, and Cellerfin.
Yeah. We're not waking Orkira up.
I know,
Yeah,
that's why
good
they were
luck.
air
Okay.
quotes.
Good luck trying to move away from me with my passive, okay? I'm just saying.
Ah, but you are incapacitated because you're asleep.
I am, which does what to my passive?
If you're incapacitated, I don't think you get to make use of your passive.
I would
Oh,
say at minimum, it would give you disadvantage on your passive, which negates it by 5. Just so you know,
Okay.
which is 23.
So
I know.
48.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Vinley, V, if one of y'all will roll me a D20 and the other roll me a D100.
I'll do the 20.
All right.
And we got a 6.
And an 82.
Much higher.
You're attacked 6 times for 82 points of damage.
Oh my god.
How dead
We're
are
all
you?
dead, God. We're all dead. Damn it.
We
Fuck.
get 6 of those worm things and 82 beholders.
Oh no.
6 creatures come out. They have 83 eyes amongst them. V's worst nightmare.
I feel that.
Yep. So as you are, what'd you get on your? Sorry, I said a D20.
6.
Make a perception
And
check is what I'm saying. You're making a perception
Scholarly.
check.
Is it scholarly 6 or 8?
Well,
Scholarly 8.
Scholarly 8. Okay.
Scholarly 8.
Just
No. I rolled a 6. Sorry, I was trying to remember the bit.
Just
okay.
yeah, just so you know, if you don't have dark vision, you are only only able to perceive visually within the light of the fireplace or the campfire. If you do have dark vision, it is still pitch black out there, so you'd be rolling at disadvantage, which makes it a regular roll, which is why she rolled that. And the total
of your perception, you can use the higher perception of the two, which is fine.
I have a +7, so let's use that one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
13.
Also, what the spot that Selorphan said that the bugs would come from, the onkegs, could I have set up an alarm, and it says that I can specify creatures. I only want creatures of medium size or bigger to trigger this alarm.
Okay.
Because I've never used that spell before.
And 100%. The only thing is, when Selorphan was like, the Onkeg area, it's the area because it's all underneath you. So like, it's not like they're gonna come from the west or the east or the north or south.
Yeah, but there was that one place that Voss had put the post that went a little bit further down that he did point it out to you, so you could put it there.
It's in
I'll
the northeast.
set it up. I'll use Selorphan to tell me where to put it.
Okay. He'll do it before.
Yeah,
he goes to
this
bed.
all happens before I let everyone go to sleep.
Okay.
And it is mental again. I don't want to wake everyone up in case like a ear runs through here.
All right. All right. So as you are kind of watching, it's fairly quiet. You're out looking. Vinley, you're waiting to kind of wait if that mental trigger or anything.
It is a lot quieter this night in your mind, as there aren't all of the small beasts that wander the field aimlessly, triggering your alarm spell.
At least I don't have to kill any creatures tonight, she says to herself.
Yep.
And it's about 2 hours into your watch, another hour to go on before you have to wake up anybody else. And it's eerily quiet. It's almost as if the bugs around you aren't even making noise, or the frogs or the birds. And you hear,
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Not cool.
Who did it sound like?
it sounded...
It was a female voice.
It's Demay. I'm gonna kill both of you.
If you have not entered hashtag Beyond or hashtag Eldritch into the chat, please do so now. And for your chance to win a player's bundle or an Eldritch Foundry miniature.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll find out what all that's about next session.
Yeah, and
Someone's gonna die.
We'll start next session with a map.
Ooh.
Love the maps, but
Yep.
But-
I promise you, if Demay dies, I will kill both of you in real life.
Oh
No,
no,
that's
they've
okay.
set up like everybody has had this heartwarming thing up to this point. Everyone on this trip is going to die horribly.
I
No
know.
one is surviving.
I know one of them will not die.
I mean, I'll probably kill that gnome.
Okay, never mind. I guess.
They can all
One of them's gonna
die.
get bossed.
They can all die, and then I will be bringing them back to life because now they're all family, and so here we go.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean make NPCs that you all at least feel a little bit, happy to have around and then take them away? Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah. Anyways, did anyone win the stuff?
I'm
Oh, by
okay
the way,
with everybody
winners.
but Fro dying because we're sisters now.
And I'm okay with everyone but Demay dying. So
Nobody's
we have
dying
not
on my
gotten named
watch,
yet.
okay?
Actually, I really like Bilvin, isn't it?
Bilver.
Bilver.
I like him too. I like Bilver.
I'm very conflicted about Bilver, and it's an
That's because you have past relations on a different game.
yeah, it's an in play out of play confliction that I'm feeling. Like
Look,
he's very much a different guy.
So the subject of Todd's version of Voss just came up in chat.
Oh
And
yes!
I
Oh
think,
my god!
I think we have to acknowledge the genius of it.
Oh.
So
Horrifying
good.
thing ever created. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Orkira's
I have
never
not
been.
watched that yet.
Literally, she was
gotta
waiting to
watch it.
confront an alternate version of herself that had turned into a dragon in a world filled with undead, and the scariest thing that she encountered was a friendly, not threatening Voss.
Who
Or
got freaked out at the sight of blood.
No.
And had never killed anyone, and
loved
was
magic, and even
was-
learned the light.
Loved magic.
and
yeah.
learned a light spell because he's super excited about. But like the friendly, yeah. There was a moment where Todd's like, "Yeah, Voss is just standing out in the middle of the road." I'm like, wait, what?
Just chilling.
Just smiling. I'm like, oh shit.
Should we bring up what happened to Harold?
No.
Okay.
All right, we have winners. All right, winner of the player bundle from D&D Beyond is Starbud.
And the winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature is Garth Mindfeather.
I love that. That's gonna be my next D&D character's name, actually.
Garth
Garth
Mindfeather.
Mindfeather. Congrats to our winners. I will be in contact via Twitch Whispers, so be on the lookout for that. And we'll see you next week with a fight.
Ooh,
Maybe
Or a map.
or
A
whatever.
real life.
A map. There'll be a map. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
Remember when you tell ghost stories around a campfire, things happen. And be excellent to each other.
may you always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.